Good evening, all, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast downstairs. We are just three weirdos trapped in a basement that love horror movies. We got a lot to say on that, but we'll get to it in a second. Right now, it's party time. We're going to go around the table and introduce ourselves. So turn the lights down. Crank up the music. Put on your best costume. It's time to boogie on this very night of the creeps. We're gonna creep it real and let the ghoul times roll. We're gonna have a killer time. I'll be your guide, your party crasher, your good time slasher. I'm your boogeyman. I do what I can. And I'm Glenn.
Woo!
You're so good at that shit.
He does so much.
I write so little.
I am your fashionably late, always with the great chips and dips, your 365 party ghoul. I am Claudio.
And I don't really want to stay very long, but just real quick, can I didn't bring any beer, but can I use your bathroom? Also, no, kidding. I'm Joe. I'm here to party and celebrate shortly, not to give anything away. All the queens that scream. So, very excited for this episode.
You certainly are a killer queen.
Ready to talk about all the music.
All the music
pertains to our horror wavelengths.
Today we're going to be doing something slightly different than what we normally do. I believe that we are going to be doing kind of like a help guide, I guess, because spooky season is upon us, guys.
Yeah, it is.
It is time to put on your favorite hoodie. Maybe put some colored lights up in your house. A ton of fake spider webs. Just too many. I don't want you to move around your house in peace.
We haven't gone outside in so long, but I believe
the leaves are changing.
There are some crunchy
I can
leaves
hear it.
happening. Yeah.
I can hear it. The crispy cold air drifts in through the cracked window.
Feels good.
It is wonderful. No, it is spooky season, and spooky season comes with cool spooky season parties. You gotta throw a Halloween party, or at least go to one. And how do you make these parties better? You gotta set the vibe, you know? You gotta set the tone.
Yes. Mood.
And what's the best way to do
Mise
that?
en scène.
You gotta put some movies on.
Hell yes.
And now if you're doing movies at a party, there's so many different ways you can go. You could do a movie that's just on in the background, no sound. You just got it on, it looks cool. You know, setting the ambiance. But then you also got movies that you can just turn on and let play, stuff that you can check out of for a while, and if you're walking back into a room, go, ooh, what are we watching here?
These are what I casually refer to as rewatchables because, and I'm not the first or only one to do that, where I'm stealing it from another better podcast. Not better. But, anything that you can jump in on, and no matter where you kind of land, you're just like, oh, shoot, I'm going to be late for whatever I was about to do next because I have to watch, so-and-so blow up a building or whatever.
I literally wrote that down, too. Something you jump in anytime and just still be like...
You're kind of sucked in.
They're kind of like the dad movies where it's like you're walking through a room and go,
oh, no.
Well, and
then just stand there and watch it instead of sitting down.
Maybe hands on hips, maybe not.
You're not on the couch. You're by this. You're just like...
Yeah,
this is very resting your eyes territory, where you're not really doing what it you're kind of multiple multitasking.
Right.
But also,
yeah, exactly.
This is also affectionate dad.
Who's that guy?
Content. Because this is also a real TBS classic, right?
Yeah.
Like a real rerun classic, like something again that's a rewatchable. So
yeah.
And then any party wouldn't be set without the proper type of music. You have your party songs. There's stuff that people like to listen to, obviously, but it's if you're scraping the bottom of the barrel, so to speak, and it's you're trying to figure out something to set the tone or set the mood, it's what better way to go than scores or specifically soundtracks? Who's got good music in their movies?
Yeah.
We're going to touch on all that. We're going to get you guys set up right to have the most kick-ass Halloween party that you can with these various movies that we're about to get into.
Hopefully they will help you set the mood, set the tone, and have a party, whether it's your 10th social event this season and you're just thrown in with a giant crowd, or it's you and your two best friends because that's all the captor allows you to have. But really, if you don't have a lot of parties to go to, truly throw your own party. All the best movies we're talking about are just parties that people threw themselves, truly. So
absolutely
have fun this season, get together with your folks, or, you know, your cats. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
But these movies should help you do that both visually and orally, not orally. Orally, I hate that word. It's too, It's not only too close to oral, but the definitions are too similar. But they don't mean the same thing. So it's like very confusing.
Words are
So there's a bunch of oral movies that you can get.
Anyway, my oral recommendations are as follows now.
So where would we like to start?
So
would we like
again,
to start
I
with some
hate-
noise? No noise?
I was about to make a no teeth joke, but go on.
Oh my god.
Go on.
only noise? Like where would we like to start with this?
I think we can start on like the broadest thing, which is just something you can keep on in the like something on the background.
the
a background.
rewatchables, the passives, the passive movies.
I'm
yes.
a very visual learner too, so I'm happy to start with like the visuals, the iconic things. Also, because that's where I have more suggestions. I have less so with my soundtrack like stuff.
Mine is a big Venn diagram of like, you know, it can fit in any of these. It's just a matter of what's the selling point.
I certainly
for
have
me.
a couple movies that sit very comfortably in the center of those three that are like, no, that one's totally gonna get in there.
Yeah.
I like how you also touched on like hitting categories right off the top, because as I made my long list and kind of like gradually refined it into like either decades or something or other, I also noticed that it's like, oh, okay, for the visuals at least, it's like, okay, you have your classics, you have your favorites, and then you have like in terms of like visual things, either just like trippy, crazy, you know, you're going on a journey and it's wild, or it's more just like a screensaver, like a nature simulation. And like those are kind of the two that I feel like it falls into.
It's all about what vibe you're trying to set for the party, really.
Or just your general Halloween vibe, which is like my third catch-all of just like crunchy leaves, you can see the wind, you know, like I can feel the elements of autumn.
Yes.
Which is what I love.
With
you know,
like autumnal movies themselves have their own special like place. Like it, one of my favorites, like our one friend Sarah got me turned on to this with like it's not a horror movie. It's a series. It's like Over the Garden Wall has like just that autumnal goodness,
yes.
And it's a good way to shepherd in like it is now fall. Like
Yes.
the leaves are just starting to change. This is how you get into spooky season and get cozy.
I love Over the Garden Wall.
Yeah.
Potatoes and molasses.
It's got some horror elements. There's some spooky shit going on.
Fuck, it does.
Yeah.
I feel like these movies are pumpkin spice latte bullshit. Like instead of that vibe, we just go in this direction.
Oh my god, pumpkin spice bullshit is just that's really funny with what I have on this list.
Oh my god.
Also, again, not to just be that guy, but like you were just describing what I tried to capture in one of my lists that I just named like Halloween vibes, I think. Which is just like a very loose collection of just anything that's really more like as I made the list, I realized it's like I wasn't necessarily going for horror, but like autumnal, spooky, meaning like windy, crunchy leafy, preferably haunty housey.
It's brisk, it's a little damp.
But like it's really more about the setting, right? Yeah. Brisk weather, damp, but like cabins, woods, pumpkins, masks, like spirit spells. That's
Sign me up.
if there's a witch,
Can I live in that?
This is, you know.
Can
what
I
I'm
live in
talking
that?
about. Exactly. That is my favorite. If it wasn't for like the trauma of school and going back to school like as a child, like fall would probably be my second favorite season because I do love the beach. But anyway.
Yeah, and like a lot of times too, like you say with like setting the scene and everything. In my previous years before Capture, I was very big on anytime we did like a Halloween party, like we would have a theme for the year.
Yes.
So it's like we would
Through
lean
past
into
tense. Great Halloween parties.
Yeah, we would lean into a theme. Like one year we did like a Hell House, and everything was like we did like fire, smoke, hell, demons. Like there was like satanic shit all over the house. We were all like me, my wife, and my best friend were all some variation of devils or demons. My dog was a devil. It was great. He was a devil dog.
Devil dog.
But yeah, so it's like these movies you could definitely like kind of narrow into like certain things, and it's like if you're trying to make that set that vibe for whatever your party theme is, you can definitely tailor these and be like, oh, this is the vibe that I want for the party. This is the theme. I think just because it's at the top of my thing, I think we'll start with like the movies that you can just have on mute. These are the ones that are just like projected on a wall, throw it on your big screen or whatever.
That's kind of how I thought of all this.
Put it on your little screen, whatever.
This is truly like all my visuals is just according to that.
Yes, these are the visual treats.
Little else.
Not to mention these are just good movies. Like, if you're trying to like have your horror movie list of Halloween, like these are just good ones.
It's a great excuse to be indulgent and just throw whatever your favorites are on.
So in no particular order, I will start with my list. I've got a couple of visual treats here. First up, I have Trick or Treat from 2007.
Yes.
Nothing quite gets me in the mood like Trick or Treat. An anthology movie. It's just so fun. Visually, there's so much to work with. The color palette is immaculate. It's masks. It's crunchy leaves. It's bad costumes. It's good costumes. It's
I came to this late.
blood and chocolate and candy.
I came to this late, but like it won me over despite being like, for me personally, sort of on the other side of like kind of gross, kind of like not my preferred sort of sense of humor, like kind of dipping into weird kid stuff that I'm not always behind, but like does it with such gusto, such commitment, doesn't look back, doesn't blink twice, has this amazing cast, like truly great cast, like not like amazing.
Just like you blink and there's a new person that you're
It's
like,
just-
oh shit, hey, what's up?
A lot of my, like Tamo Pennicott, who I know from Battlestar Galactica, who I see like so rarely, but whenever I do, I'm like, yeah, buddy. You know, you have like young Sookie from and Rogue from True Blood and X-Men. What's her name? Southern lit gal. Anyway, she's
Rogue?
cool. Yeah, and almost famous, and like I know her. Anyway,
Anna
Paquin. Thank
Anna
you.
Paquin. Yeah, Brian Cox shows up at a
Brian
certain
Cox
point.
is a psycho
like,
as
come
always.
on.
Like it's a very fun, and also the little character, little creature boy at the
Yeah,
center.
Sam, the framing
High.
device.
Has become such and like you see
Really
you
good
see
character
Sam,
design.
And it's like, it's a good villain of a horror movie, but it's like, he's so goddamn cute. He's wholesome. He's cozy.
It's
Just
also
follow the rules.
It's also my kind of anthology where it is an anthology, but it can also like loosely ties together. Like I prefer an anthology that isn't just bop 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 or whatever, like kind of random, but
sure.
like a bop 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 bop. I don't know. I think you get extra bonus points if you can like kind of tie it together, if not
For
just
sure.
thematically, but also maybe
like this,
narratively.
I feel like this fits very comfortably in a mute movie, but also in a rewatchable, like a passive movie. Like you could throw this on and just at any point check into it and be like, hey, I love this part, yeah. Next up on my list, I have something going in a bit different of a direction, and I know this is not one of Joe's cup of tea, but it is a Halloween movie, which out of the series that this is from, I like this one the best because it has comedy, it has gore, it has gross outs, and it is based around Halloween. It's Terrifier 2
Yeah.
from 2022. Damien Leone giving us one of the nastiest things I've ever seen in a while. This one, you don't need a whole lot of noise to know what the hell's going on in this. It's just Art the Clown going absolutely buck wild.
I'm not a huge gorecore guy, but like I do respect it. It's just never what I'm like chasing down, but like I appreciate it.
This one I feel like is a little bit more technically better than the first one because this one actually has a bit more of a storyline to
I
it.
feel like mythology started getting built in more intentionally,
Yes.
is what I've been told.
And a lot more like there's a couple of like kills in the first one that are like pretty creative, but for the most part it's like they're just sort of dying. This one it's like they're getting out there.
Oh my god. Practical effects.
I'm gonna keep it rolling with maybe another anthology that you guys are aware of. It is possibly one of my favorite films of all time. Is 1982's Creepshow.
Of course. So I'm not deeply familiar or specifically familiar, just generally so, because you can't not run into Creepshow, iconography, visuals. So again, great nomination for this like specific way to project it on a wall of a Halloween party, because it is again anthology. So even if you're not loving what you're seeing, wait 20 minutes or whatever. Like
It's a comic book. It's a graphic novel on film.
And
It's
it is-
like ugh.
So was Creepshow a publication?
It was a novelization before it was made into a movie, if I remember correctly.
So it was a book. It was not itself like a magazine or comic book. Because I for some
It's
reason
like
I thought it was, and this was
it's-
kind of
well,
like
so it's like it is a graphic
something.
novel now.
So,
I
like,
don't know if it was like it's chicken or an egg for me. I can never
you're
remember
saying
which it is.
graphic novel, but like you just mean like an ongoing comic book series. not a singular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, well, it's split up into like Creep Show because the first one is Creep Show,
Okay,
and
so
that
there are,
has
like,
every
endpoints. Okay,
one
then
from this one.
That doesn't matter. It's just cool that it's. I love the multimedia thing. Like,
And it's they do hop in between stuff because it's like there are moments where you'll get like a freeze frame and it cuts to like the drawing or something from the actual comic book, and the framing is a child reading the book.
frame narratives are also such like just a fun trick because like another fun anthology that I didn't even think of until just now, but I think it's a 2017 one that a lot of famous. It's all female directors, so there's some very notable women directors in this anthology from 2017 called XX. It was on Shudder for a long time, I think, but it was neat.
It
It was
fantastic.
cool.
It's got some weird stuff in it, and I love that.
The way that the VHS movies now all, I think, have some frame narrative that itself counts as like a fifth character, like a whatever.
That was my follow up on
I was
this
going to
list.
say
Was
XX
2012's
doesn't have that.
VHS, yeah.
But instead, it does have like just like a different device, like a different visual device, which is literally like a kind of like stop motion, almost not claymation, but like whatever, just kind of moving
Yeah.
montage, whatever. But like it just again, it was just a really neat thing that you don't get to see a lot of in other non-anthology things.
Yeah, and keeping with the theme of anthology, like you had just mentioned, I like the next one on my list is 2012's VHS. Like any one of the VHS series is just really fun to throw in because, goddamn, you're gonna see some weird stuff. If you check out and then check back in like 10 minutes, it's like, whoa, what is happening?
I went to get a drink. What do you
there's
mean?
a Birdman.
Don't worry, it's a first-person shooter. You didn't miss anything. Just kidding. I'm actually,
That was Beyond.
No, well, I was gonna say VHS reminds me of Star Wars. You know why? Because a lot of folks say that like no one hates Star Wars, like a Star Wars fan.
True.
Nobody hates VHS like I do, but I consider myself like a VHS like defender, apologist,
Yeah.
but also
It's
just
fun.
also like prosecutor and persecutor.
I'm just a
but-
sucker for an anthology series, like because
Same.
I feel like it just
And found
gives.
footage.
Yeah, well, we can just like
Found
pile as many directors and as many actors into a project as possible, and just like
And let them go nuts because
Yeah.
they don't have to be beholden to a universe or 90-minute narrative. They can just be weird for 20 minutes
Yeah.
or whatever.
if you do you want to run for 10 minutes, okay, go for it. You want to run a little longer, you want to go to 20, go for it. Like the
That's
rules
exciting.
are very loose on it, and I really love seeing what people do with it.
Speaking of VHS, which is really cool because spoiler alert, we're in the past and you're listening to this in the future. By the time this episode idealistically comes out,
Yeah,
VHS Halloween's already out.
Gotcha.
I'm very much looking forward to checking
October
that out.
3rd,
yes.
VHS Halloween comes out, which I think, even just the trailer, what they've given with it,
A lot of cool directors attached to it.
Paco Plaza, who did Wreck.
He's coming
So
back and doing
very
this.
excited about that one.
He also just did not Veronica, Verona.
I
It's
think it
on
was
Shudder right
yeah.
now with the blonde woman. Which
Yes, Veronica. No, not Veronica.
because that's a different also. I
think it's Verona.
I think it's Verona. It's on Shudder right now. Same director. Gave very almost Evil Dead Rise.
Yes.
Because it's two cool sisters kind of protecting their family from demons in an apartment building.
Another one of the directors that I'm very much looking forward to in that one is she was a writer for a lot of stuff, but and a director for some
We had
for
this
Adult
conversation.
Swim stuff,
Right.
which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like there's gonna be some kooky, weird stuff going on, and like I feel like it's gonna be super, super sick.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time regardless. We're definitely the three of us are probably gonna sit down and make another like 3 or 4 of our friends sit in the basement with us and watch it. Like it's gonna
We
be great.
will all enjoy this.
I was gonna say not anthology, but kind of a similar function. I think are the Final Destination movies.
True.
Like in terms of just throwing on for a visual thing, because again,
Oh,
and
for
we've talked about
sure.
this when we talked about Bloodlines, so I won't harp on it. But like it is almost an action movie, and I really can't not think of like John Wick's like stunt work connection because it's not about character, it's not about dialogue, it's not even really about setting. It's not even really about like mood and vibe and all the ambiance that we're talking. It's about visual. It's about watching the Rube Goldberg machine. You know what I mean? And that is a very engaging visual thing. And like I think it's great to throw that on for a party just because like again it's
You're going
That-
to stop what you're doing for that, 5-minute sequence.
don't even need
And
to know the
depending
story.
on which one it is, too, it's like you're looking at a pretty good soundtrack for it, like for the time. Like, you guys know I have a soft spot for like late 90s, early 2000s new metal, but like
You?
me, I know, how dare I? But like some, like, depending on which movie it is, some of them actually have a pretty decent soundtrack, so you're getting multifaceted on that. These are also passive movies that, like, the plot line is so fucking loose that you don't really need to know, like, oh yeah, death's coming for him. There,
God.
I just spoiled the series.
Well, so again, that very, like, that sort of shortcut, or almost like a shorthand of, like, you know the idea, you know the premise, you get the idea. Like,
Yeah, that one's
come with this.
multifaceted for sure.
That's why I think any slasher, like, for the purposes of our, like, suggestions of movies.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Any slasher.
Any slasher.
I'll highly, recommend, like, In a Violent Nature as a more recent example of what
Yep.
I think really hits it, especially in the visual, mode, because it is, as many people criticize, a sort of walking simulator. But that's kind of perfect for what we're talking about, especially when you want to hit Halloween slasher fall vibes.
Yeah, do you want that fall vibe? Do you want the wood vibes? Like,
You're literally in the woods. You're in nature, getting violent when you're not getting
He said the name of the
bonfire-y, like,
in nature, things get quite violent.
So Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, Friday
lot
the
of
13th,
classics.
Nightmare on Elm Street, especially because then you start to get into like dream surreal language, and that's amazing. But yeah, any of those classics, I feel
Even
like
if you want to start like hopping into like some of the more odd stuff, like My Bloody Valentine and stuff like that, or like Bloody Valentine rather.
I thought you were gonna say Evil Dead.
Yeah, Evil Dead is also a good one.
Yeah.
Like you start getting into like those '80s B
I was about
movie
to say,
slashers, like
especially because that's when we're emphasizing makeup effects. Like that is when
and weird lighting.
Howling and American Werewolf in London, like or what about From Beyond and The Beyond, which is a Fulci movie on Shudder. that I keep
From
meaning to
Beyond,
check
I've
out.
talked
But,
about that one before. Yeah,
If you're just looking for
any Fulci really, you could throw any Fulci on, and
dude,
it's so
any
cool.
Argento, any Fulci.
Oh, I got Argentos on the list.
I was going to say,
Don't you
any
worry about it.
Giallo, if you just want to watch hot babes getting stabbed with butcher knives, then hey, Italiano is where you want to go. I don't know.
Hey.
But what for a Halloween party? That's a very cool, kind of dangerously sexy thing to do.
Yeah,
so.
and talking about dangerously sexy, but also like still dipping in the 80s, as well as a multifaceted one. This is a mute movie. This is a passive movie, and this is a fucking soundtrack banger of a
So it could
movie.
be either.
boy.
Yeah,
and-
Night of the Demons. I don't know if you're familiar with this one.
Wait. Okay.
Okay, it's
Describe.
a high school teens having a party in an old mortuary, and they
American?
summon a fucking demon, or
US?
2, or 3, or 5.
U.S. or Italian?
It's the U.S.
Okay.
Night of the Demons.
I actually haven't seen this one, no.
This one's wild. Visual effects out the ass. It's crazy. It's gross. It's like I said, the soundtrack is a banger. This is the movie that introduced me to Bauhaus when I was younger.
I keep asking this a lot, and I don't mean it like, can you zhuzh it up for me? But like for my context, like, was it like young George Clooney in it? Because you know what I mean. Like
So-
we have Leprechaun and we have Slasher with like young Jennifer Aniston or Courtney Cox or like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
or was it
This
like
one-
Cronenberg that we forgot
this one
about, or De
particularly
Palma that people weren't aware of? It
Doesn't really have any big name heavy hitters.
And that's
in it.
totally cool because that just means it's known for other reasons. And I'm being clear.
It's not
like,
known
I'm not
connected to a
looking for a
title.
brand name. I'm just looking for context.
Yeah,
That's
Right,
like
right.
director, you're probably not familiar with Kevin Tenney.
No.
Like the actors are like they're kind of like B-list actors
is
at the
cool.
time. They're
Which is
all
great,
younger.
right.
It's got the fucking like Return of the Living Dead vibe kind of thing where it's like punk kids from all like aspects of high school life hanging out together. There's goths, there's like jocks, there's cheerleaders, there's nerds, there's
Spooky
demons.
Spooky Breakfast Club.
People start getting possessed. Weird shit starts happening.
Little green cools, man.
It's sick.
And
I
it's
love
on
this
Tubi
movie.
right now. Tubi and Pluto TV, both free.
Following that up,
If we're
Yeah.
just talking real quick about visual things with kids in high school, I back to school with the faculty.
Yup.
And
Faculty is a great one.
God, Elijah Wood and Clea Duvall and Jon Stewart and
I forgot Jon Stewart was in that.
gets that
He
pen,
gets
man.
it, yeah.
Josh Hartnett. my
Josh
God.
Hartnett. How could you forget Josh
That
Hartnett?
movie, holy cow.
That's wild.
Sorry, you were
No,
talking.
no.
I'm like, all the spooky high school movies that aren't just slashers and Scream, whatever.
Well, this one I did see, like this one I saw, and like I was in school, not high school, but I saw this when I was in school, and this one still resonates with me. It's a remake, but nobody really like watches the first one. It's a 1960 60s or 70s movie. House on Haunted Hill, the remake of 1999.
Okay, no, that was a big one for me when I was a kid, and the '60s version is one of my dad's favorites. My wife loves the Shirley Jackson novel, so and we all love the Mike Flanagan stuff. But the 1999 one with
Jeffrey Rush, Famke Janssen,
That was, I think, the first time I saw her.
Taye Diggs, Peter Gallagher.
Peter Gallagher and his eyebrows.
Yes, and his eyebrows. Peter Graves shows up at a certain point in it. Greg Nicotero's involved with the production.
Just a great early, early for me, in life.
Yeah, it's just like a
haunted house movie.
Yeah, it's a sloppy, 2000s era, new age killer movie.
Who is the woman? And I'm gonna need help from my IMDb boy, please.
I'm all ready.
Okay, so I'm thinking of the woman who, among other things, she's in The Addiction from 1995, but she's also in the show 6 Feet Under that I loved. But shoot, why am I talking about her? Gosh darn. Okay, anyway. She's in something that was triggering something else. What were you just talking about? Dang it, my brain broke. I'm sorry.
House on Haunted Hill.
Which I always confuse with, and she was in a movie around the same time, so late 90s, with Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh, The Haunting.
Okay, I always confuse
The
Haunting. Thank you, IMDb, the man, and IMDb, the machine.
Oh, I love The Haunting.
I always confused The Haunting with what you were just
the House on Haunted Hill.
How could I
So The
possibly?
Haunting was an adaptation of the Shirley Jackson novel Haunting of Hill House.
Okay, I was crossing those wires?
Yes.
And I was just doing it again.
A little bit.
So.
It's fine.
But I love that
There's
I do that 'cause
hills
I'm gonna
and
forever
there's
think of both these
houses
movies.
and they're both haunted in some fashion. No, totally
It's
fine.
all H too.
Yeah, no, that one's a lot of fun. But this one, again, very multifaceted. This one's got it's got really good visuals. If your party is asylum themed and you like ghosts and stuff, and maybe some tech stuff going on, there's a little bit of tech horror going on with it. It's really cool.
I will say,
For $1 million, you spend the night in a decrepit former mental institution. Can you do it? Who will survive?
But that's, again, something with a strong setting. That's a good visual to just you don't need to hear or pay attention to the details of what's going on.
I think going off of because when you're describing The Haunting, it made me think of another movie. I was like, oh, this is fun. It's very visual, Prince of Darkness.
Ooh, love Prince of Darkness. Yes.
It's very visual, very was it eldritch, body
Kind of biblical a little bit.
Yeah.
It's got
and
a little...
when you were saying how long can you stand there? They're staying there the whole time. So it's very again, it's a isolation one. Another one when you're talking about classic dang, a lot of the slashers are really, but other maybe not. They're known, but when you think of it, you think go straight to slashers. But Carrie,
Yeah.
Hellraiser,
That's great. Hey, for sure.
I would venture to say Blair Witch Project only because it could go either way. Because
that being a mute
you can get
movie,
lost.
That
or
being a mute movie, and you got that rolling on the that is enough to cause people to be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
That's the one.
'Cause a lot of folks might not even recognize it right away, and it does have that power of being "Is this real? What is this?"
Yeah. So I think all of them are.
And that's such convincing found footage too. The way they shot it, it's you put that on the wall, and if somebody's never seen it, they're gonna be like, "What? What are you showing me?"
Again, anything iconic, right? So anything haunted
I say
house,
put it on the wall,
anything woods,
yeah,
anything
it's
graveyardy,
there, and I'm there just
anything
looking at
zombies, anything that's any monster for that matter, right? I was gonna say at some point Godzilla, my favorite is Shin Godzilla, but any of the Godzillas.
Oh my god, yeah, a kaiju themed
kaiju.
Dude, a kaiju themed Halloween party would be so sick.
Anyone know the host from 2006? I think it's Bong Joon-ho, right? But we love all the Alien movies, all the Predator movies.
Oh my god,
Sorry, speaking of the
go for
host,
it.
there's also 2020's Host, which is not a demon or monster movie, but it is a demon ghost.
Oh yes, it's
and it's amazing.
It's
only
like
like
Unfriended, but it's not Unfriended.
Correct, because it's not like a stalker, thriller type, missing person, spooky, whatever. It's someone has an online seance during 2020 because of quarantine, and shit pops the fuck off. And it's really, really good though.
That's really fun.
A lot of fun.
Gonna hit into some newer stuff, a little bit different aspect. This one, yes, could you sit down and devote an entire evening to enjoying this movie and drinking in every aspect of this film? I highly suggest you do. But 2015's Crimson Peak by Guillermo del Toro, visually stunning fucking movie. The color palette, the outfits, everything. Please, if you host a Crimson Peak style Halloween party,
Well, just
call the ghoul. Let me go. I want to go.
Any Del Toro movie is a really good call for this purpose as well.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, yeah.
I was gonna
And
say
colors, man. Like
Yeah.
his color theory is incredible. Speaking of colors, and the next one I have on my list, this one also just stands out just based on color. I have called this movie a music video through and through. It's a 122-minute music video if you just put the right music over it. Talking about 2018's Mandy.
Yup.
No, sure, 100%.
You throw some sick music over that movie would be fucking
They already
awesome
did.
again.
That's a great that counts for soundtrack as well. Like this
Yeah.
is a mute movie as well as a both like.
visually stunning.
Stolen.
I did have Crimson Peak, like, so if we're in this zone, I had Crimson Peak along with, like, Annihilation.
Ooh, pretty.
Alex
yeah,
Garland.
very pretty.
If we're talking, like, visually engaging, It Follows, like...
Yep, I had that one on there
You're
too.
literally, like, the camera is very dynamic, right?
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
I had that one big for. It was between soundtrack or just put it on. You can watch it
Dude,
mute,
the soundtrack
mute
on that
or
is awesome.
unmute.
It's
Same
got
with-
that 80s vibe to the whole thing. It's all
Yeah.
very like arcadey, synth-wavy type.
Yeah, it just itches that right itch.
Like you could rip that soundtrack out of that movie and put it over top of like a cyberpunk noir type deal, and it would work so well. Like throw that over Blade Runner, and it would be sick.
All right, you
Insert edit.
you said the magic words of Blade Runner and Cyberpunk, and we were talking creature effects and sci-fi, whatever. So I'm mentioning Blood Machines, which, if you're not familiar, I forget, is it Flying Lotus directed that? But it's only, I think it's less than an hour. But it is a music video practically, but it is literally like two Blade Runners are trying to hunt down like a rogue AI spirit, which is like a demon woman in space. Like it's amazing. It makes no sense, and I love it.
I love it when music video directors break into film.
And so, I mean, so many directors come from music videos, if not commercials, or you know, shorts and festivals and whatnot.
Yeah,
but
it's on show.
I would tack on. It's not on my list, but I would tack on in that same thought process. Tetsuo.
The Machine Man, or the Bullet Man,
Yo.
whatever it's called, right?
Tetsuo the Iron Man.
Is it that? Okay. But yeah,
Correct.
no.
That is an aesthetically. That is a weird.
The first one I think is
Guaranteed,
89.
you throw that on a TV on mute, and people are just going, "What the fuck did you put on?"
One of many black and whites I was going to recommend, like Werewolf by Night is a newer one, but like a really fun black and white. So would The Lighthouse be a great black and white to throw on? But if we're talking more like with like again pure visual mute movie along with like Blood Machines, I was thinking like kind of anything cool and animated, especially stop motion or claymation. So of course like be whimsical with Nightmare Before Christmas, or go with Mad God, the new Tippett one. That's like we should all be
I
taking
did
notes
not
from.
include that one because there's a very specific person in my life who has a vendetta against claymation, so that's why I did not include that one.
Their bias will not be tolerated.
You know who you are, and I love you. We mentioned Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead.
Again, makeup, creature effects, puppetry, like anything that way is going to be really fun. Even
but
if it's
then
like Gremlins.
even like the remakes too. You got like Evil Dead 2013. You got Evil Dead Rise. You got Army of Darkness. It's like any of that is good.
Anything practical effects, but that's like cream of the crop to get you started, of course.
Yeah.
But,
Absolutely.
did we mention From Beyond?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
how about like Reanimator?
Yeah.
Like anything like those kind of fun, gross 80s things, I think. are
like
great.
we had mentioned Suspiria. Suspiria is also great.
Suspiria is another one I put for soundtrack because, but also just visually.
Yeah, and it does not matter which one because both of them are so visually stunning.
Correct.
It really kind of boils down to what vibe you're going for. Are you going for like the classic kind of nostalgia giallo style party, or do you want something a little bit newer, a little bit fresher, a little bit crispier and cleaner?
And there are, I don't have it off the top of my head, but there are more contemporary giallo-esque movies that really do highlight like Technicolor vibes. Not, just like in exclusively like murdering women type ways either. Like there's plenty of really cool like kind of modern queer giallo contemporary stuff. There's also stuff like I saw the TV Club. You know what I mean? Like where you're going to get a lot of that fun creative color.
Yeah, the giallo style coloring of stuff. Yeah,
and suspense and like absurd and like terrifying
abstract,
paranoia.
yeah.
But like all the thematic stuff as well.
So for the black and white stuff that you had mentioned, I actually have two of those locked and loaded, and they're quite old. One's 1960, and the other one is 1922. You heard it here, 1922. If you were going for an occult style like demon witch party, you'd be dumb not to throw Haxan on. Haxan is
seen that on Shudder. I haven't checked
so
it out.
creepy looking, and the visuals are stunning, and like the costuming is incredible. This movie had no business being made in 1922.
Well, something like that, or Nosferatu, which is what I thought you were going to say for 22.
I know, yeah.
Just
Still
like
very good.
Almost work better as a mute movie in the background of a party because like if you're just kind of forced to watch it, you're going to feel a little bit like you're in film class in the library. But background of a party,
I actually used to do
it's
that.
ambiance, baby.
I used to do this for fun. I used to take like old silent movies like this, like Haxan, and I also did it for the original Nosferatu. Put it on, like you have it on mute. You look at exactly how many minutes are in the film, and then I build a playlist around that. Like the movie sequences and that approximate timing, and then it's like you throw the movie on and you also hit play at the same time, and you basically like, Pink Floyd, Wizard of Oz type deal to it.
Very, very cool.
It's so fun.
That's a lot of fun.
shit.
So if you're looking for something fun to do, that's a really fun little like weekend project that you can sit there and go, yay!
Damn. That's
That's
sick.
You guys like either make a weird noise or like raise your hand or like give me some kind of reaction to just like as a litmus test for like these following classics. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Because I know, like
You want me to make it.
I know I'm gonna hit some of my co-captive Glenn's buttons. Claudio, I'm more curious which ones you'll have reactions to.
Okay.
But among the things that we haven't mentioned yet, I just wanted to quickly make sure that we at least give credit to like The Crow. Like that's something that like you can mute and has an amazing soundtrack, right?
That's on my soundtracks list. Yeah.
I was gonna say
I was like
that
rolling
works
my
both
eyes, like,
ways.
ugh.
For me, Donnie Darko was huge.
Woo! Soundtrack. Ooh, baby. Ooh, soundtrack, baby. Ooh, 80s. Give me it.
That's both for sure, right? Because that's again so iconic. You're telling a story. You're pulling people in on mute or with the amazing soundtrack it's known for.
Yeah, Echo and the Bunnymen, man. Come on.
But then again, just
Tears for Fears, baby.
a classic, even like Shaun of the Dead, something we all know and love.
I
like,
tried so hard to be like, don't mention Shaun of the
No,
Dead.
I didn't put it on my list. I did
have
not
to.
put it on my list because
again,
I didn't want to be that guy.
It's not always about ambiance or drawing people into a mystery or making them feel off. Sometimes it's about making your guest feel comfortable and like what's one of the best.
That is
spooky
one
season
of the
things.
most cozy, classic. I will live in that zombie movie forever.
Another
It's
one for
funny
me
you
is
should
Cabin in
say.
the Woods.
Yep, I was just gonna say that.
Were you?
Funny. Well,
Oh.
I was gonna say Cabin in the Woods, but it's funny you should say about the movies that are palpable because like not everyone is like horror, but there's still like horror-esque elements and like
and, like,
yeah,
fun
like I mean I'm thinking
Halloween
like
trick-or-treating
kid
vibes,
yeah.
yeah.
There's Hocus Pocus, there's
Yes,
Halloween
yes.
Town, you got Casper,
Which Halloween Town?
Halloween Town 1. Okay, the second one is cool too.
I've
It's the
only-
better one.
What are you talking about? Calabar's
Where's
Revenge
Revenge?
was sick.
I mean, but
Only
like,
just recently
He turned
found out.
everyone into a big statue.
yeah, I will say that
Spoilers.
one as a kid was a little creepy. Seeing like I can't get my mask off, and they all morphed into
Yeah,
them.
that shit was sick.
But like again, like that's kid
When
friendly.
because they became whatever
Whatever
they
they
were
were wearing,
as, right?
So there was a
Yeah.
dude who like had these like big googly eyes, and like their mom turned like this like bog witch, and like they didn't know who they were, so she's like attacking her kids, and like that's
Bogwitch
like.
was kind of bad though, right?
I'll notate that for your hear me out cake.
Okay.
Scooby Doo. It's
The list goes on on that
Right.
one. You go to those classic, like the late '90s, early
even
2000s
classics.
movies.
Poltergeist.
Yeah.
It's a
Like
PG.
the animated ones for Scooby Doo were so good.
Yeah. So like
Like Zombie Island.
it doesn't have to be
That
guts
shit was
and
properly
gore.
scary back in the day.
For sure. Oh my god, the cat people and yeah. So all
Like
that
the
to
zombies
say,
weren't the bad guys all along.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
like horror is what you make of it. It is a very diverse web. So like if the gore, if the horror, if the suspense isn't your niche, there's plenty of other options that are, palpable, and I said that word too many times, that are like, better for you and what fits what you would want.
Will resonate with.
Yeah, because it's your party.
Because like we're trying to hit like as broad a spectrum for you as possible. Like
give a lot of options.
We have gore, we have art, we have ecological, we have action, we have comedy on here. So
going back to the silent films thing, it's okay because it's like they're very old and like it doesn't really kind of hold up as well. It's still very good movies, but like Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, not actually a horror movie. It's just the imagery is very cool and very shocking. I also have Black Sunday on my list. Black Sunday has some incredible black and white visuals. Like the makeup on that was wild.
Wait, which
Remind me about Black Sunday. So I've seen that poster, but is that
I don't think I've seen it.
Is that the adaptation of the Thomas Harris novel about the Irish? Isn't it like an IRA thing? Or is that it? I'm completely.
So witches, beautiful look-alike descendant.
Cool. Thank you.
Handsome doctor. Yeah. La Machero del Dominio. I probably butchered that.
And a lot of these movies they just chill on Tubi and Pluto TV. Like almost every movie, they're like, "Oh, this is an oldie. It's on Tubi."
Yeah, it's an oldie, most likely. And I like that we're coming around to the era of like my bread and butter is like 80s B movie horror, and it's like we're coming around to the point where it's like a lot of that is just being left for free on a lot of stuff.
Not that we are. But if anyone ever found themselves in the greater Philadelphia area, a great establishment that does something that we're talking about right now in terms of just throwing on.
Oh, we've made the trip before.
Cool movies to like set the vibe at a heavy metal themed bar, for example. Like this bar in Philly called Doom does always has a projector running and always has like really cool themed either trailers or series of
old school B movies it's like new indie slashers and
we realized that anytime we threw a party, we were only ever attempting to do what these fine folks are doing right now.
Absolutely. Turn the lights down low, blast the music, put some crazy stuff on the wall.
And that's all you really need. Good time, friends.
Absolutely. And so to wrap up my mute movies list, I'm going to go into some that are like these are going to be, the first couple are going to be definitively mute movies. Like they have a decent soundtrack, but it's not worth note. I'm gonna get on my 80s soapbox for a second.
Spill diva.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start off with 1988's The Blob by Chuck Russell. You want to watch people get dissolved by pink ooze? That's guaranteed to make your guests go, what the hell?
But so to be clear, you're not saying soundtrack. You're just saying like you can watch. You should watch this with the sound.
Yeah, but like these are still mute movies for sure. I would also say 1985's The Stuff. This one I don't think gets enough.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Oh my God! Alien life form disguised as yogurt. It's delicious. It's nutritious. You should just not ask what's in it and eat it. It's called The Stuff.
Oh, this looks horrifying.
Oh, it's so
what
sick.
What the fuck?
Oh, there's like the practical effects in this movie are fantastic. There is jaws being ripped off. There is like all kinds of wonderful nonsense. It's a weird one.
Jeez.
I would say also in the same breath as Melt movies, I also put down Street Trash.
That's a name
1987 Street Trash.
I'm the trash man.
Yep, things in New York are about to go down the toilet. There is bad booze going around.
Oh.
And it basically liquefies people. But like we're talking like neon green melting, somebody puking up bright orange liquids.
Oh my God, the pictures.
It's wet. It's a wet
that is
movie.
wet. It looks wet.
This one, it's got some questionable scenes in it, which like it wasn't great for the time, but like I think aesthetically some of those clips are so goddamn attention grabbing that like Street Trash it had to get mentioned for me.
And say a couple really quick visuals I was going to mention, just because like a lot of the things that I had listed are things that like we talk about in other ways or whatever, shape and form, yada yada. So it's whatever.
Yeah, but I got two more on this list, but they're going to transition into the next list anyway. So go right ahead.
And no rush or anything. But I was just going to mention if you are familiar with heavy metal, not just the genre, right? But the magazine publication, but also the like.
Fuck how? How the fuck? How?
That's so
Amazing.
fucking funny.
I swear, there's no mirrors
Yeah.
involved. But I was gonna say not only heavy metal because that is a very sort of like brand recognition, widely known, like oh yeah, that's like my older brother, blah blah, type of thing.
Not so much anymore. It's more like my
Now.
grandfather.
Yeah, I'm gonna, yeah.
My grandfather had this VHS that had cartoon boobies on the cover.
One time I'll just say like in my past before we were locked up in the basement, I used to like work with kids, right? And like one time a kid was telling me about a toy that was passed down to him, and I was like, oh. Yeah, man. Your older brother gave you that, man, right? I know that toy. I had that when I was. He's like, no, my dad gave it to me, and I was just like, oh, reality check.
Geez.
I'm not the brother age. I'm the dad age. Anyway, I thought that was very funny. But in the same breath as heavy metal, a movie that came out I think in 2023 that was like a spiritual sequel, like in the same style and breadth of animation as heavy metal. There's this movie Spine of Night, which is on Shudder right now, and it's also an anthology, completely animated though in the heavy metal style.
Sick ass goddamn name.
It's a sick movie, and it's about it's all like Vikings and witches and mystics and battle axes and decapitated heads, and it's a heavy metal animation anthology essentially, and it's just something that sticks out because we don't have a ton of animation, but again with like stop motion, I think it really lends itself.
That kind of reminds me of that Mads Mikkelsen movie that we watched the one time. That it's like you could literally throw on music.
Valhalla Rising is a great visual movie.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That one's like it's not a horror movie, but like that one's fucking.
It's horrific.
Sick.
It's European. Like it'll
Yeah.
like it was a movie that I caught I guess in my early 20s because it's an 2009 movie, right? Mm-hmm. But like that was a kind of a brain breaker. I was like, oh shit, movies like that. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. Like, and heavy metal, like, that's one of those ones. I had it on my list of mute movies because aesthetically, like, there is some wild shit going on.
That is an acid trip movie, for sure.
There are so many different styles of animation. If you've never seen this movie, you should please go check it out because there is just so much. Like, imagine every cool painting on the side of a 80s van came to life, and that's essentially like wizards and like ladies with big boobs and like machine guns slaying a dragon. It's just like what
Red Sonja
fuck is yes, it's like Red Sonja, but like give her a flamethrower. It's so sick.
That and
but the soundtrack is so wild.
Conan movies, I think, would work. Those three.
Yeah. But then my other one that transitions into soundtracks is this is a passive movie. This is a mute movie. This is a soundtrack movie. We are talking about the one, the only 1985's Dan O'Bannon Return of the Living Dead. One of the coolest soundtracks of all time. Some of the coolest zombies you've ever seen. The introduction to talking zombies that just want brains. It's so sick. It's so punk. It's so metal.
Very specifically punk. Like that's a descriptor I think that gets tossed around a lot, especially in these circles. But this is explicitly punk. Like 80s, not like post-punk in the way that we understand it now contemporarily, but like post-punk in that like, the world had learned about like leather and pink mohawks, and therefore we were seeing it more in media, and often done, I feel like, kind of like poorly, kind of like like the way we were earlier alluding to people not knowing how to write for Gen Z. I feel like, it took a long time for anyone to figure out how to authentically, even to this day, I still see a lot of really terrible, it was a punk rock movie, and you look, it's awful. But Return of the Living. Not Night of the Return of the Living, whatever. Is so good because I think it nailed it. Like not just in aesthetic, but in spirit, in its language, and its like fuck you mentality.
And so successful in so many facets too. Like the acting was cheesy, but it was the right kind of cheesy. The script writing was cheesy, but it was the right kind of cheesy.
It's exploitive, but pushing the envelope, I think, in like constructive ways. Let's say.
We had super cool like costuming. We had super cool special effects makeup. Like super cool special effects makeup. Like you can't look at the Tar Man to this day and be like, that's dumb. It's like no, it was cool. It was always fucking cool. Some of the sight gags are phenomenal. Like, it's a medical supply company that all the dead stuff that is used to be, like, shown in classes and stuff starts coming to life. So it's like half a dog starts wagging its tail and barking. Like, that's hilarious! But then you also got like really cool puppetry as well. Like there's skeletons that pop out that have eyes that look around and like hell yeah, like they'll say shit. It's so fun. It's so silly. It's a cool movie, man.
Another really recent classic I'll just shout out because I watched it the other day and it was just like the visuals really struck me, and like even for being an older classic movie, I couldn't kind of pull my face away from the screen. Just the 1978 Invasion of the Body Snatchers. One of the best opening credit sequences. I don't know if you guys have seen it or recently or remember, but like it's this weird like non-jellyfish floating in like mercury, and they're doing like this weird like outer space liquid bubbly, and like it just for 1978.
A lot of fluidity and flow.
For 1978, I was just blown away by the ability through like practical measures to create like a very convincing narrative without any like text credits, title cards explaining what was going on. You understood like, oh, this is like an alien microbe invading, and like now it's on the plants, and now it's getting in the food, and now it's too late and we're fucked, and like you just watch the movie play out. But even from the opening credits on, like it's such a you get the premise immediately. So like you don't need to hear Donald Sutherland and everyone like going off, and an amazing cast. So like even if you're not listening, you're recognizing him, you're recognizing Leonard Nimoy, you're recognizing young baby Jeff Goldblum. It's insane. But a very cool movie that is going to pull you through to the very end.
Absolutely.
Especially, if you know what to look out for.
Oh, that one?
So there are a few movies that like, when I think of visually appealing, like my instinct is to always go art horror, because it's like if you want vision, like not saying other movies don't, but like your brain immediately goes to like those like picturesque scenes. So like I think The Substance is another one that like sound design wise
Also
is really
visual.
good. If we go the animation route, Perfect Blue.
Oh God, yes.
Perfect Blue. There was another one that's on my watch list, but I know like it was praised for its sound design, and its like work is Kizumonogatari, which was also, I think that was no, it was last decade, 2016.
Oh, I'm unfamiliar with that one. Yeah.
So yeah, but like in that one, it's a film series, so there's 3 of it as.
Oh, love that.
So like it's cool, and like having animation, having good sound design in the animation, soundtrack wise, like when I think of iconic, like Hereditary, and like I mean I feel like that's just a Halloween staple. Just
oh my
for
God,
the
are you trying to give your friends a panic attack? Boy, do I have a soundtrack for you.
Oh my God, yes.
A recent great example I thought of sound design that comes up because it was a slasher of my youth, but it's also on Shudder right now. But the Urban Legend movies, the original,
Yeah.
I think it's PG-13, and like
Yeah.
you can kind of see because like there are some cool looking kills, but it's broadly very bloodless and kind of tame. But I might be confusing the first and second one, but I think maybe it's the second one, Final Cut, that has a lot of fun silliness going for it. One of which, though, is that they really compensated for the lack of like blood and violence with squelchy, wet sound design.
Oh, so it's like fucking the last season of Stranger Things, where it's a lot of wet noises.
It just, you could tell though that I thought it was very clearly like, ooh, we can't show. Let's hear.
Let's get as far as we can without crossing the line.
So I mean, moving into soundtracks though, like this is when you start getting into like, do you want music that is songs and like, well, they're all songs. Do you want music that's like band music, or do you want score? Because I have a little bit of everything on this list.
Yeah.
Vibe very much was like banger hits versus like vibes. Ambiance.
Like if you go on to like whatever music service that you subscribe to, or whatever CD you have in your collection, or whatever cassette tape you take, like the soundtrack listing for like the songs on Queen of the Damned still get me to this day. I like for original songs written for a movie, but you have multiple different singers performing those songs. So fucking cool. I've harped about this before. I don't need to do it any further. There's some great stuff on there. No, I do not love this movie just because of Jonathan Davis. No, I love this movie because that scene with Deftones changed my brain chemistry. Sorry, I'm living in a moment.
No, you're fine.
I just remembered Aaliyah in a bathtub, and I was like,
just to throw like one quick one out, if we're talking about like soundtrack versus score. A quick one, because we've talked about it all year. Sinners.
yeah.
Oh, sure.
Hands down.
Easy peasy. Like,
dude, if that is like an idea that somebody has for throwing a Halloween party, like that's so cool. That's so fun.
Absolutely.
Please, that would be so sick. Just a hot, sweaty party. Like, I would be so into that.
Burn the house down.
Just don't actually burn your house down. Just don't do that.
The only soundtracks like from movies that I like consistently listen to throughout my like life or youth at any points where we already mentioned Nightmare Before Christmas, but like great soundtrack.
Yeah.
And then like non-horror stuff, like I mean, whatever. I do, the Pulp Fiction and especially Kill Bill soundtracks. Like I really do vibe with the Kill Bill soundtrack. I can throw that on any time of day.
All the faults that man has, he can put together a really good soundtrack.
That one in particular, just like had a lot of texture to it. But anyway, I was going to just mention that the only soundtrack that I really listened to a lot that is from a horror movie that we hadn't mentioned today is 28 Days Later. That has both
how
bangers
serious.
And like soundtrack hits and vibes, but also it's peppered like throughout. You also get the ambiance, you get the post rock, you get the clips of creepy, gates opening and weird noises as well. Like that is one of the best soundtracks for me because you have like 3-minute songs. You also have like 6-minute noises. You know what I mean? And like it's pepper. Like and it feels like a piece of the movie. It feels like an extension of it.
That main theme, you put on that main theme, and everybody knows exactly where it's from. You get the whole vibe. And it's so good, and then it just like does that big build up to a drop off of nothing, and it's like as far as like music writing goes, I'm just like, I love it.
Shows you how to hear silence, like that's
absolutely. So, cool. So this is a weird one. This is like it's a very specific choice, and this is like a specific choice because again, it's my recommendation. If you are into my sort of thing, I went with the Saw 6 soundtrack.
Oh.
What was wrong with 1 through 5?
Huh?
What was wrong with 1 through 5?
Well, 1 through 5 just wasn't as badass as this one.
Gotcha, okay.
We're opening up this soundtrack with fucking Hatebreed.
That's cool.
We got songs on here from Hatebreed, Lacuna Coil, Mushroom Head, Suicide Silence, Typo Negative, Converge, Every Time I Die, like Kitty, like you, come on, Memphis Mayfire. There's a lot of stuff going on with it.
Yeah, it's fun.
And they are banger after banger after banger. The cool thing is, none of these songs, as far as I know, were written for the movie. Whoever was in charge of this was just like, I like that song. I like you brought Converge into a movie. Fuck you. That's awesome.
That is Converge, especially. What year was that?
So that was 2009.
I was about to say, damn it, I should have guessed because I was going to say if that wasn't like 07 to 12, just I should leave. Like I should leave. I should have.
We had mentioned The Crow. The Crow's soundtrack forever lives on my repeat.
Yeah.
Like you got The Cure, you got Rollins Band, you got.
That's kind of the other like
Helmet
that fits our vibe here today.
Yeah, our je ne sais quoi. You have 9 Inch Nails covering Dead Souls by Joy Division, like one of the darkest songs that Joy Division ever did. And
as a fourth grader, I was also
9 Inch Nails covered it.
I was also into the City of Angels soundtrack as like a 10-year-old. Like that was just I followed suit with the sequel.
Mm-hmm. But like you got like there's so much going on in the soundtrack, and like they really like encapsulated a whole goth era.
The Crow sequel's got a bad name, especially with like 3, 4 onward.
Oh, that's what gave it a bad name.
But I was still vibing on the second one.
Yeah, true. No,
even though it doesn't have a lot.
And shout out Edward Furlong. I love his work.
I think that's the third.
Is it? I love his work.
I'm not. Sure.
He's fun.
Or no, it was Angel, the third one. David Boreanaz.
I think it is David.
Okay, so you're right.
Yeah,
it was Furlong and 2.
This is another weird. This is a weird one because it's a little bit of both soundtrack and score. I'm gonna go with 1997's Lost Highway by David Lynch.
Ooh, awesome.
David Lynch's score, crazy. He does some really wild stuff. He's always done some wild stuff, but Lost Highway in particular did something really cool. And David Lynch started pulling music from bands that we hadn't really heard of before. This was the U.S.'s introduction to Rammstein.
What was?
Wait, hold. What?
Yeah.
Which one?
Lost Highway was the introduction of the U.S. to Rammstein.
Because, hold on, You're saying Lost Highway? Mm-hmm. Was that 97? Wow, I was going to guess earlier. I was going to say like 4. Like I still haven't seen Lost Highway or Wild at Heart.
Yeah, Angelo Badalamenti did the soundtrack, of course, or the score for it. But like, there was so much cool stuff. Nine Inch Nails was on here. It was very like, we're getting weird with it. Just to blast through a couple other ones. If you're still in the new metal vibe, Resident Evil. Come on, you did already take Shaun of the Dead. That soundtrack is so fun. Scary Movie has got some really weird stuff on that one.
Oh my god.
Bloodhound Gang shows up on that.
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. As far as score goes, I have Dracula, soundtrack, The Lost Boys, can't go wrong with that. It Follows, like you had mentioned. Mm-hmm. I put Freaky Tales on here because Freaky Tales includes like some really weird choices for the soundtrack. One of which being one of my favorite hardcore bands, Gulch.
Yeah.
Gulch.
If you like angry hardcore music, the Gulch is definitely it.
That and Green Room are like the
Green
two punkest
Room.
movies I've seen in the last like
Green
10
Room
years.
is on my list.
Green Room is on
That's so funny.
14, 15, and now last year's or this year's Freaky Tales is like the other end of it. And I feel like those are not the only two, but like two of the few that I've been like, yeah, no, you those directors understood. Those directors came from the scene,
Mm-hmm. Rapid Fire 2, I got Deathgasm. Deathgasm, if you like black metal, it's fucking sick.
Oh, really quick, if we're talking music, on Shudder right now, Hellbender.
Oh, yeah.
It's a movie that is really cool for a number of reasons. This would actually kind of work as a mute movie as well as the soundtrack. Well, I don't know about the soundtrack, but it's neat as a music movie because it is produced, written, directed, and starred in by a family of 4, a mom, dad, and these 2 daughters. And this movie, it centers on the mom and the daughter, but essentially they're just like 2 witches in the woods, modern day, and like the mom kind of struggles with keeping the daughter in line, and just kind of what unfolds from there. But in addition to that, premise, they are like a 2-piece hardcore rock band, and they get into very witchy, kind of stoner doom metal, and it's like really just it's very indie, and it's very do-it-yourself.
I love that.
But there is so much, like, it's so authentic, it's so do-it-yourself, it's so, like, on their own, and, like, you can see their passion and affection for the genre. It's all on the screen, and it's just very cool, and just worth being aware of and checking out, because I like following what they do, because they're sticking it through, like, they're sticking it out, like, they're continuing to be, like, a creative team, and it's really neat. And kind of wholesome in a kind of screwed up horror kind of way.
It's a lovely little thing. Like, I love that kind of stuff.
For sure.
Again, because I am who I am, and I will not apologize for it. The Scream 3 soundtrack was fucking sick. You got Creed.
Oh my gosh.
That's not why I picked it. No,
Dad Rock.
Slipknot's on there. Seven Dust is on there. Static X is on there. Power Man 5000. What else did we get? Orgy's on there. Dope is on there. I think Static X is performing like a cover of some System of a Down. So there's a lot going on there. Same thing with the next 2 choices, and I will own up to these. You can fight me in the comments if you want. Dracula 2000. Typo Negative shows up on that one. It's a lot of new metal on that one. Typo Negative comes back around again in Freddy vs. Jason.
Shut up. No. Now I fight you.
All right, Freddy vs. Jason is a very new metal soundtrack, but God damn it,
Have you let the bodies hit the floor today?
If it ain't fun, I haven't, no.
God, all I remember
Is there any other
fucking
non-2000s?
Yeah, this one's
Metal,
2015.
new metal,
This one's 2015.
What do we got?
I'm moving out of new metal now. It's Tales of Halloween. Tales of Halloween is an anthology.
That sounds so familiar.
It's a lot of fun. It's goofy. It's weird. It's got some cool stories in it. If you're a fan of Trick or Treat, Tales of Halloween is a nice little, like, it's not supplemental, but they complement very well together. It's
hot and it's ready.
It's got it's the Little Caesars. Like, it's, if you want a horror anthology that's really palatable and just sort of fun and fast moving, Tales of Halloween's cool. The soundtrack for this, done very well. The song collections are very diverse. It kind of goes all over the place because it is an anthology. But I would be remiss not to mention this one because there is there's actually 2 songs smashed together into one song from one of my favorite offbeat bands called Trap Them. Trap Them is I believe they are an offshoot of Converge. So they are a faster, thrashier, hardcore band. But they show up in a scene while people are being chased down on BMX bikes. And it was like, I am living. That is also, I would say, is somewhat of a, like what did we say? A passive movie. That, like, Tales of Halloween you can just throw on because it's an anthology. You can be like, oh, where are we at? There is a 7-foot-tall monster man.
Right.
Or there is a small devil wreaking havoc in a town. Like, this is fun.
A lot of these movies just exist in and out of. You can play it, have it on mute, have it on there, make a playlist, like you said. Like, this is like a wide net and everything. Most of these movies check all 3 of those boxes that we were talking about. So I think that's really cool that you have variety with what you can choose. How do you want to observe the media?
And once again, these are a lot of things that are just, these are movies that, like, the soundtrack appeals to me, and I know that there's a lot of bleed over for all 3 of us because all 3 of us kind of share some overlap in what we like listening to. But you don't have to take my word for it.
I was
if you had any,
I didn't have much else to throw into the soundtrack mix, unfortunately. Like, there are definitely so many I've left out on the field. So.
Yeah. Are there any off the top of your head, score-wise, that really stand out? Like, I had mentioned really quickly Bram Stoker's Dracula because that, like, God damn it, that's one of, like, the best scores that I've ever heard. Like, you hear that opening violin bit and you're like, I know exactly where in Transylvania I am. I'm scared. I'm also kind of aroused. Like,
isn't that the best combination?
Yes.
Not to be a cop-out, but, like, just to reiterate on, like, 80s movies. Like, a lot of 80s movies just naturally have great sound design. Halloween. Or, like, if not, like, they are amazing. But on top of that,
John
iconic.
Carpenter's score.
Yeah. Iconic.
Any of them. Any of his scores.
I was going to say, if a director at some point would rather be touring and playing video games with his son and, like, touring as a musician than just making movies, like, I feel like he really
love that.
would appreciate some nods for his soundtrack work.
If in the same vein as well, if you are into John Carpenter's soundtrack work, I would suggest checking out Fulci's as well, because Fulci's, like, soundtrack work
kind of minimalist synthy. Yeah,
it's very cool. It's very, very cool. Kind of along the same lines as It Follows, come to think of it, because it is that very, like, synth-heavy tone setter.
You know, It Follows is a great film starring a lovely lady named Micah Monroe. If
that is true.
To mention about party movies.
Are you suggesting that we merely break up the party now and transition into maybe a trick or perhaps a treat?
Now,
or 2.
Now,
or
in
10.
terms of our party guide, if we want to be consistent, I think, to be polite, the correct etiquette at this point would be to offer anyone some coffee as we get ready to not necessarily wrap our party, but move into
That was good.
the next phase of the episode.
Shall we adjourn?
Shall we adjourn to the drawing room?
To the other side of the basement.
In which we will not move at all. But in fact, get hyped for an upcoming extravaganza that celebrates the season. We have the Holiday of Holidays coming up for us, Halloween, in which we will be celebrating and looking back and doing a lot of fun stuff. But we will also be crowning some royalty. You've heard of the Scream Queens. We are going to eventually crown some Scream Queens and Kings.
And other various royalty and where they fall in the greater acolytes.
I was going to say, many will be honored by us, and surely they will pay respects. But we will first pay respects to them in an upcoming episode. But to tease that and get hyped for it, we thought it'd be really fun because we felt like it, and that's what we get to do here.
Yeah, because it's our show.
And not yours.
And therefore, we're...
Don't sue us.
going to, as I mentioned earlier, discuss some Scream Queens.
Ooh, the nominations.
We will coronate, did I use that verb correctly? Probably not. Some ladies who have, for, just for the purposes of, keeping consistent in our parameters, Scream Queen is a term that has historically been used to describe just sort of final girls, or otherwise, leading ladies of horror movies, especially slashers, who would, kind of make it to the end or otherwise make a big impression.
Yes.
On audiences. So, that's more final girl, when you survive to the end, of course, and there's, a very kind of specific set of criteria for that at this point in, the history. However, Scream Queens is more just are you known for being a horror lady? Scream Kings, we view it the same way. Are you known for being associated with the greater brand culture of horror? So
precisely, and to set the expectation and the grounds here, we did have a conversation about this previously before recording. That we would bring roughly 6 to 7 to the table and have our nominations. Any that overlap will then move on. Any that do not,
maybe get cut.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Because sometimes you come up with something that's just so good that it has to move forward, And we are going pretty much based on modern horror. Within the last 5 years or so, people in the current
kind of exponentially concentrating, more recent years gets more scrutiny, I guess.
Exactly. I have mine listed 7 to 1. If you guys also do, I don't know if you have them ranked or not.
I do broadly.
Okay.
I can rank them.
Okay.
But I'll probably just say
I'm
my choice.
I'm almost positive we're gonna overlap so hard.
Oh yeah, I have plenty in case.
I think it makes sense, if it makes sense to you guys, to start with the least obvious and then work our way towards what we are, probably all maybe sharing.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And if we want to do one around to get around.
Yeah, I think we could just do
so mine are all obvious.
Mine are mostly obvious.
Mine are mostly obvious. There's
know.
2 of mine that I added in there that I don't think are as obvious, but
I know for sure we're gonna overlap out at least 3.
I can,
but I have plenty more that I'm going to also.
I'll save. I can
suggest
one comfortably sitting at 1 for me.
I have
and
some favorites.
She is probably not the one that you guys picked for 1.
I like that I think we each have our own favorites.
Now I want to take it because I know what it is.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Well, okay.
No, you don't. Shut up.
Although we're kind of more focusing on a more contemporary, but we're kind of broadly looking at. But for a minute, I thought we were only going to be looking at the past year, 2025.
Sure.
So maybe I can start us off with some funny ha-has, because there were not a lot of choices here for me.
Yeah.
I thought we were just doing 2025.
When it's 24-25, I do have 1 for that, but it's it's not a silly ha-ha. It's genuinely a tip of the hat. She just unfortunately did not make my top 7 of what I had listed, so.
So, if we went prior to 2025, I'd be giving something away. But if we're just looking at 2025, I have kind of an off-brand kind of what we're left with, just because there weren't a lot happening this year. Mm-hmm. So, okay, the only nomination I was going to make for this year really would be Julia Garner, because she was in Weapons.
That was my pick.
Earlier this year, she was in Wolfman,
mm-hmm.
And she's also in Fantastic Four, which not horror, but genre, sci-fi, giant monster wants to destroy the planet.
She
Rosemary's Baby's
Silver
prequel, Apartment
Surfer.
7A.
Yeah.
Was that?
Yes.
That was 2025?
I don't think that was 2025.
And that was a series, right?
No.
Nope.
That was
That was a movie?
Yeah, it was a movie.
I thought that was an iApple series or whatever. Okay,
Nope.
cool. I didn't hear a lot about
It
it.
was a quiet movie. Yeah.
It came out last year. The initial release was 2024.
Well, but
it had Julie Gardner.
I was gonna say, or alternately for ha-has, we could just say witches, right? Because between Bring Her Back, Weapons, and Together, there's just a lot of witches running around.
Yeah, true. There
The
are a
Scream
lot of
Queen
witches,
is just
yeah.
witches.
Just
Scream
witches
Queen
in general. But yeah, so just funny ha-ha.
Yeah. So for as an honorable, that literally she just missed it, and it's especially if we're focusing mainly on within the last year or so. Hunter Schafer was definitely up there for me.
Well, obviously, I loved her in Cuckoo. What else would we just for Cuckoo?
Just solely for Cuckoo, yeah.
Yeah, just based on that performance alone, I'm very much looking forward to any and all other work that's coming through. She did have a bit appearance on Kinds of Kindness, like she was in it for a minute.
Yes.
But
This might be relevant then, so for like clarification, and again, we're not taking any of this too seriously, but like I was trying to be like, all right, I don't want to mention anyone unless I can name at least like 3 solid things that they did.
Oh yeah, and like that was like within the last year, like these are the people that stood out to me.
Yeah.
If I could do a double for this one, this kind of fits into both things. This is my number 7 pick, but it's also within the last year if we're looking at that. My number 7, and this is gonna piss off Joe, is Sophie Thatcher.
Oh, you guys.
Whoa!
She's my 7.
Feel attacked.
She's my 7. In no particular order.
That.
Because they are not ranked or anything just yet.
She's my 3, and that was me forcing myself to not make her number 1. She's a 5-star lady. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad because it doesn't matter, and I know the truth.
We love Sophie Thatcher.
No, I'm sorry. Please go on.
No, I'm like
any praise for one of our favorite ladies.
Like her work in Companion was so good. Her character acting in that movie, especially like if we're looking at within the last year, so good, and she really stood out as something just like she did the part, but she did it like very naive, and it was very complex, and it was very deep, and it made me want more, and I look forward to more stuff that she's going to do. Mm-hmm. And it's like I kind of look for the longevity out of these choices as well. It's like who's doing good and who's going to keep doing good.
Companion is an awesome, fun movie with a great cast, and despite that great cast, it still largely falls on her shoulders, and she makes it look easy. She makes it look effortless and again, so many people knocked it as like, dumb ex machina, moving on, whatever. And I can't, like, the easiest way for me to refute that is to be like, look at Thatcher's performance. Her face, like, I'm an easy, yes, I just think she's, like, gorgeous and, like, I got a little crush on her. That's whatever, sure. But truly, look at her face. Like, she's doing more...
Breeders.
She's doing more with her facial expressions than, like... so many folks do with like close-ups on TV. Like when she's talking to the cop in German in that one scene, and she has to not only make you laugh because she's speaking German in a language that you presumably don't understand,
fully admitting to what she had done.
Not lying,
yes.
And so playing that sort of farcical end while covered in blood and communicating that this cop, as dopey as he is a de facto threat because cops, but also because he doesn't get it, and all like. She is able to elevate it from dumb ex machina into reminding you why any story about AI is really just a story about like identity and purpose and like the existential question of like what it means to be alive. And it reminds you why Blade Runner is an amazing film. It reminds
didn't think about this at all, did you?
So again,
this is all off the dome, isn't it?
Truly, I did not like write these bits, but like I have had these thoughts and whatever. I was so impressed with Companion, and I was also like just so happy because it was, in my eyes, Sophie Thatcher's like finally like making it work in a feature.
She had the Boogeyman.
I did not like the Boogeyman. I did not like the
And now
Heretic.
she lands Companion.
She was cool in Maxine too. I really liked her character. I wish we got more out of it.
I love that Ty West understood like this is someone I need to like just slip into my movie, but like had 2 lines, no name, and like wasn't really
I think
part
her
of the story.
thing is just like FX artist.
Truly,
is her title.
It does next
on
to nothing, which is like all right. Well, I'm glad to see it.
I need more blood.
But folks, if you don't recognize her name or face, you might if you have heard or seen anything about Yellow Jackets, which is the Showtime series that is kind of like her big break. Mm-hmm. But so anyway,
she also did a music video for Pavement.
She's a musician herself. She has music that she puts out and makes music videos and is an interesting lady, much like Maya Hawke. But yeah, I put her high on my like Scream Queen list because like I think she's got such a bright, dark future ahead of her. Sure. But also very recent. Like this is a recency bias one. I could see it being number 7.
So I'm a fire 2 because I need to make sure I at least lock one in.
Give it away and bam. Go ahead, do it.
My thought process was past 5 years because again, just 2025.
Modern.
Yeah, we're not done the year, so like there's still
that had air quotes.
There's potential for what's to come, but I wanted to like have at least what we have. So one of them was Lupita Nyong'o. Quiet Place Day One,
Yeah.
Us,
Yeah.
Little Monsters.
I love Little Monsters.
Showing diversity comedy. You have psychological. You have
That's a fucking hell of a pick. Holy shit.
and she had it's a great resume. She's a fantastic.
Oh, wonderful.
And like, and she's one of those actors that like, she'll take any, like she will take any. She's been in every genre essentially.
And I love when actors do that. I
like,
love
indie
when
stuff,
actors are
big
not scared of
blockbusters.
going
Yeah.
into certain genres. I love that.
And I just love her as a human being. So like,
Yeah.
I would scream queen.
Beautiful pick. Wonderful pick.
I love her. I love her.
Great choice.
Now the other one,
Do it.
I don't want to hurt you.
Do it.
Catherine Newton. Let it be known, if both of us have it written down, it's not I'm taking it from you, it's that they're auto-advancing.
You know what's funny? I don't have Catherine Newton on my list.
Really?
That's shocking. And you
So
know what?
we have Abigail, we have Lisa Frankenstein, we
Yeah.
have Freaky,
Yeah.
we have Ready or Not 2 coming out.
I love her so much.
She and like again, she's just a gem of a performer.
She's
but also
she
like
sits,
clearly concentrating
Yes.
on our shit.
and
you know?
she's sitting comfortably like right up there with like Hunter Schafer for me, where it's like you just made the cut just because there's a couple more bigger names than you right now.
She's actually, I would say, like a higher contender for like I mean, kind of, I guess maybe similar to Sophie Thatcher, but like, despite being young and despite a lot of their stuff being in the last like couple years, it just shows like no, I
Bright
am,
dark future for sure.
This is like, yeah, this is where I'm like laying a foundation, like. So, not to give anything
yeah,
away,
but-
because there's
but,
someone
like-
else that I think did
but she-
that very well.
She's a gem. I loved her in Abigail. I haven't seen Freaky yet, so like that's when I have to go back to see. But like if I loved
So
Abigail,
fun.
like I love Abigail. I loved
It's goofy.
Yeah, it's goofy. Like
She has a sense of humor, but she also has an affinity for horror, and I like that.
I didn't love Lisa Frankenstein. Like, I admired it.
Take it back.
I appreciated it.
Say
but
it
like,
different
I
right
thought
now.
she like carried it. Like, she
Yes.
is like, she's a star, capital S, TM, like, so much so. And also, not a huge success, and also not horror, but she's the daughter in the Ant-Man movies. She's Paul Rudd's,
oh really? Wow, I didn't even clock that.
yeah, I'm not wrong about that. Yeah.
What is Ant-Man?
Paul Rudd.
What is that? I'm rage baiting you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, right. I was like,
I
wait.
caught it, and that's why you didn't get a response from me.
I'm just like, are we gonna make a fly joke, or is this? We talked about Jeff Goldblum. But no, I'm pretty sure she was. I mean, she's definitely in Quantum Mania, the third one. I don't know. There's like time travel bullshit with the other two movies, but regardless,
Yeah.
I'm just saying like she is someone that like the world, like she's a big name.
You're correct, by the way.
She's a big name,
You had double good picks on that.
and I think she has, like you said, bright
Yeah.
dark future.
Yeah, bright dark future for sure.
I was afraid you would have had Catherine Newton just because I know how much you love Lisa Frankenstein. So I was like, let me just, let me just. I just took those
like I
two.
said, she just barely didn't make it, and it was
Because
like
she definitely has like 3 or 4.
Yeah, and she's gonna be with Ready or Not 2 coming up.
Hey,
I was like,
easy.
I was like, I was gonna say like, you know what? No.
No.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna pass it
so who are you moving to now
That was
on
my
your
choice.
lower end?
On my lower
How
end.
are you gonna insult me now?
So
He's not trying to. It's fine.
Mom, the boys are fighting again.
no. I got too much.
Until they're flirting.
I
Again.
got too much shit to say. Wait, so there's 2 awesome Rebeccas out in the world doing a lot of genre work and horror work. I love Rose the Hat from Dr. Sleep,
Okay.
right? Which is
We
Rebecca
knew this,
Ferguson.
yes.
I've established this.
Our viewers are aware of this.
She's a huge name, love her, but like she's everywhere, and she like is way more into other genre stuff. A lot of sci-fi things, not as much horror. The other Rebecca that definitely has more horror is Rebecca Hall, who, along with Dan Stevens and a lot of the newer Godzilla vs. Kong movies, she's also been recently in a couple horror movies that I haven't seen but are fairly well received for being newer things. Resurrection, in which she is like being haunted / stalked by like a dead person that hurt her in the past, whatever I think is what that is. And then another movie called The Night House, in which like she's a widow being haunted, I think, by her
Yes,
dead
I
husband
remember
or
The
something
Night
along
House.
those lines. Yeah. She's just like a very good performer that I think deserves some recognition, but she'd be lower end for sure. The sort of more prominent lower end one that I'll mention real quick is actually Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
She's our queen from The Witch, like forever.
That's my number 2.
So that's kind of interesting because
I picked her for number 2 because I had a feeling that we were all going to go that direction at a certain point.
I consider her lower end because despite having like good genre stuff and some horror, it's kind of on a cusp. And I feel like she's not really leaning into it. She's not really chasing it. I think she's going for much more glamour. She wants like a wider, brighter future. I give her credit. Like
Fair
Mad
enough.
Max,
Yeah, that's fine.
Fury Road is awesome.
Yeah.
But
then you got her acting in like the Menu.
I was just
you
gonna
have
say-
her in The Northman, and it's like she plays
Last
these-
Night in Soho.
Yeah, and then it's also
Split
The
in
Witch.
Glass. Splitting
Yeah.
Glass. That was huge for bringing back
The Super
Shyamalan.
Mario movie.
These are all like super thick.
yeah, okay, no, but genre.
She's again the fact that she's getting into voice acting is.
Do you
really
guys
cool,
remember
too.
the movie Morgan, which was like a sci-fi horror synthetic person movie
No.
along the
No,
lines of like
I don't
Splice?
recognize this poster at all.
It was, a thriller sci-fi thing, but definitely horror. And also in 2017, she did 2 movies. One called Thoroughbreds, which was actually Anton Yelchin's last film. Awesome, like 4.5 out of 5-star thriller that I just really, really loved. Crazy cast, really great performance. Please watch it. And then also in 2017, she was in a movie with Mia Goth called Marrowbone, about a sort of family of orphans that like start over in the U.S. And have to escape like an abusive family, but you also don't know if there's like a monster involved. And it's very cool, very British, kind of dry, not explicitly horror, but definitely along the lines. But I think those are. Did I miss any Taylor Joy like horror?
I think
thriller
you knocked the ones
vibes?
that I already had written
Yeah.
down. So yeah,
That's kind of her resume for that stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like all right, I got a 2 for here. I got a 6.5 here. So my 6, and this might be upsetting, but again, this is not in any particular order. This is just how I was thinking of them trying to be preemptive as to what you guys were thinking. Claudio, please don't hate me. My number 6 is Demi Moore.
Interesting.
4. No, I'm just kidding.
6.
6.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, Demi Moore has had this resurgence with The Substance, which, like, I'd be remiss not to, like, talk about her in this fashion. Like, she has the ability to dive, like, with just the one movie, she has so much potential to jump ahead and do some crazy final girl shit.
I hear what you're saying, like taking the success of The Substance and using that to carve out like a second act in
Yes.
which she is purely doing horror, like Scream Queen stuff
Fuck
from here on
yes.
out. Are you familiar with Please Baby Please?
No, baby, no.
I think I
was
got the
good.
title right. So it's on Shudder right now.
I think I just made Joe blush.
It was so good. Couldn't plan for that. Came out, or it was made in 2022, if I'm remembering correctly.
Correct.
I think it's on Shudder right now. And it seems like, in light of The Substance, but in fact was made before it. But it is like a, later in Demi Moore's career in which, she and I forget who her partner is in the movie, but they have like an erotic awakening when they're visited by a sexy stranger or something like that. But like, it seems to be like erotic thriller, emphasis on the thriller and horror aspects, but also with a very like faux Stepford Wives, post 60s aesthetic.
Okay.
Where she's got like bows in her hair and a bun type vibes and like
Okay.
pastel dress action going on for some reason. Again, I haven't seen it yet, but in light of The Substance, I've been curious. But yeah, in addition to like her sort of newer resurgence, like this is Demi Moore, who in a very like close parallel universe is like Oscar-winning, like top-tier A-lister.
Absolutely.
If she isn't regarded as such anyway, but like, I mean, this is not just striptease, but also like G.I. Jane and like 80s Brat Pack, I think, right? Like, wasn't she one of those?
Tangential.
Or am I thinking maybe
Tangential,
beforehand?
yeah.
Regardless, like, she's just a huge name. She's also someone that like I feel like has that kind of legacy status and like a broader sort of.
Demi's been a name for a long
That's
time.
all, yeah.
And I
but-
feel like this, like I said, it's just like
Well, you
this
said a
gives
lot of-
her ammunition and gives her power to like, if she wants to jump head first, and
That
she's
is
already
a new
horror royalty
opportunity.
with
Yeah.
that one appearance.
She made a statement piece is an understatement for what she did.
Yeah, understatement piece.
Understatement piece.
And then my number 5 would be Mia Goth.
Yeah.
I feel like not much
number
needs to be
2.
said about Mia Goth. I mean,
Really, that
I
was your
feel like
number 2.
Mia
Yep.
kind of stands out as like
Very
one of the
obvious.
modern like horror faces. Like,
So, like, can you speak on like the obvious what she's done, and then I just want to just name the future that she has lined up.
okay,
you
so
going?
it's
Because I wrote them down too.
Yeah.
Yep.
so it's like we have X, we have Pearl, we have a Maxine.
So the
We-
X trilogy.
Yeah, the
Ty
X
West.
trilogy with Ty West. We also had her in Infinity Pool, which I loved her in
Yep.
Infinity Pool. If you watched Maxine and said, "Man, I really wish she was
Screaming
crazier and screaming more," watch Infinity Pool.
So this is also notable for being the third feature from Brandon Cronenberg, son of David Cronenberg, master of body horror.
And we get an appearance from Bill's older brother.
Yes,
Alex.
the other Skarsgård, Alex.
And then she has upcoming. She is starring in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein,
I was gonna say,
right?
yeah. So not only is she, locked in for the X trilogy, plus we love Infinity Pool. She, as I mentioned, was in that Marrowbone movie, but she's got coming up now, not only Frankenstein, which definitely I'd say is horror no matter what.
Yeah.
But Jen, just to remind us like how like fixed into the like zeitgeist she is, I feel like she's slated to be in the Blade movie, which I know is Marvel, but like it's also vampires. She is going to be in Christopher Nolan's next big epic, The Odyssey,
Yup.
which again, not horror, but a huge movie. And she also is just announced as, I believe, the villain, in the new Star Wars movie Starfighter, which I fucking hate that title. How are you going to put Star in a title of a Star Wars movie? But anyway. Directed by Sean Levy of like Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds fame. But anyway, I'm going to try to be optimistic because Mia Goth and Ryan Gosling and a bunch of other awesome people like Aaron Pierre of Rebel Ridge, which I think is just one of the coolest movies to be made in the last couple of years by one of my favorite directors, Jeremy Saulnier, who directed not only Green Room, but also Blue Ruin, a Macon Blair movie, revenge thriller that people like a lot, among others. But yeah, so
She's locked in.
she's just gonna be. Again, we're talking about like potential futures. We're talking about like bright, dark futures.
Yeah.
We're talking about people who are laying a foundation.
She's kind of knocking like a check. Like you got your.
That's why
you
she's
got your
number 2 for me,
Yeah, you
like-
got your gothic horror. You have your epic. You have your sci-fi action. Like it's gonna
and just among everyone else,
very
like
eclectic.
she, I think, is, and I mean this complimentarily, the least personable and the most psychotic. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean that like as the highest compliment. Like, because everyone else on my list, I feel like, can really like smile for the camera and do like red carpet stuff. Not that Mia Goth couldn't. Like, she's a very charming woman, I'm sure. But like,
But when you think of
I just see her as like a much more harsh presence, and again, like that's awesome.
harsh parenthesis complimentary.
Yeah, yeah, and I just like she screams like we're talking scream queens. Like this woman's lungs will like just destroy. She's Banshee from the X-Men. Like she just like kills it, and I love that. So yeah, Mia Goth, definitely a high nomination for me.
Okay.
You said 2 or 3?
She was pretty much my number 2.
Okay.
So
I mean, she could have been actually 3 after Sophie Thatcher, but like nah. Mia's been doing it a bit longer. She's a bigger name.
I brought the average down on Sophie.
not the bell curve. I'm dancing around this one name. I'm not going to say it yet because I feel like this is going to be.
No, wait, you go. No.
We're
I
starting
know what
to
you're
tiptoe
I'm-
into overlap
So
territory
I'm
for
going to
sure
use the
now.
ones that I still haven't used yet.
Okay.
Because after these 2, then all I have, because we've all like checked off all of mine, so I only have 3 left. So I'm going to use the last 2 because I'm pretty sure all of us have this other name in mind. So the next 2, the Sisters of Scream, Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega.
Okay.
Melissa Barrera.
I have both of them on the on my
Yeah,
list. Yeah.
I stay with Melissa though, so get fucked Scream 7.
Yup.
Coming right after that, she gets Abigail, which is a hit. She's the leading woman in that. Fantastic
So
job.
okay, we're to be clear, it's talking about Melissa Barrera right now.
Yeah, currently we're on Melissa. So she gets Abigail, your monster, the romantic horror, and then she's slated for another horror movie, Bed Rest.
Cool. I didn't know about that one.
Yeah. So I think
I'll have to sleep on that.
Pain and suffering.
And then her Scream Queen partner.
Her sister, Jenna. Previous ones before that, she had the babysitter, Killer Queen, which led to Scream. She was an X.
She was an X.
Yeah.
Sure was.
She also entered Scream. She then got Death of a Unicorn, Hurry Up Tomorrow, which I'm not slating this on how well the movie is. I'm slating it on, her presence in the horror.
Sure.
I was gonna say, I think a bigger get was Beetlejuice.
Yeah, and as well as Wednesday, like working with Tim Burton that much is like that's like Winona status right there. Like,
Yeah.
She apparently was in something also called
Christina
Studio
Ricci.
666.
Yes, Studio 666 was the Foo Fighters horror movie, if I remember correctly. It's starring Dave Grohl.
Double shut up, boy.
Oh, I think Rich might have told me.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
She was also apparently in like a whole season of You, the
serial
Paget, whatever his name is, show.
Yeah,
I
know
know
what
saw
you're
that on
talking.
her
I know you're
IMDb,
talking
right?
about, but I don't
Am I
know
wrong
the
on that?
show. But you're correct. She was on You. She was a main role in season 2.
Oh, very cool.
That's what I thought I saw. And then also,
She was also in Insidious Chapter 2.
and name the movie in which she played the president's daughter. You are cheating, but
Yeah, I'm out of the running.
She played the president's daughter in a movie. Okay, when did the movie come out? Can you tell me?
2013.
2013. Can you give me a genre?
That's so funny.
Can you give me a genre?
Action, adventure, sci-fi, blockbuster comic book.
Oh,
Think big.
it's a Marvel movie.
It is
Yeah,
a
it
big
is.
sequel, Marvel MCU, not just Marvel.
That's hilarious. She's uncredited for it. That's hilarious.
And I think it's her first feature.
Yeah, that
It's
is-
not Avengers of some sort, is it?
Extremely close.
close.
Right after was Iron Man 3.
Oh my god,
That was
yeah.
her first
I didn't
movie
remember
role.
that. I just saw it on IMDb.
Dude, you know what's
yesterday.
hilarious though? I can see her playing the role, like if they like, let's say like Now is Then type of thing. If they recast Mars Attacks, she could totally play the president's daughter in Mars
Shut
Attacks.
the fuck.
Right? Because wasn't that Natalie Portman did that?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Horror heads over here.
Listen, the
President's
inner
daughter.
machinations of my mind are an enigma.
She could totally play Jack Nicholson's daughter.
Now it's kind of mean. As much as I really enjoy Melissa
Jack
Barrera's
Nicholson
work,
was
I feel like
Who
Jenna
played
Ortega
Was it Natalie Portman?
is a bigger name.
Taffy Dale
Taffy Dale?
was Natalie Portman.
Yes!
Damn.
I do remember things from time to time.
Yeah. So like she started with an action movie and a horror movie because Insidious Chapter 2 was also in 2013. So like she started with those two movies.
Yeah. No, her accolades are fucking great.
And it
like
just
she
built
has
from
a
there.
great resume. She's not my favorite, but I do understand
She's a big name right now.
she's
Yeah.
a big name right now.
And
Like
she
I
is- and
understand
she is
the
leaning
appeal.
into
Like,
it.
In the climate, like she is in it, But at this point in recording, Wednesday season 2
yeah, Wednesday's a
is
huge thing
up and
right now.
running.
Yeah.
So like right on.
She's like I said, with working with Tim Burton on such two giant projects like that, that is Winona status, that's Christina Ricci status, like, and those are two big names in horror.
Yep.
So all that to say, very glad that they're doing great outside Scream.
It's really cool because I did not have either of them on my list.
That's
Yes!
fine. Add them both.
You had them both?
Yep. So now I have really just two more that I feel like we need to mention. There's really just two.
Okay.
How many? I'm just out of curiosity. How many do you have left, Glenn?
1, 2, I have 3.
Interesting. Do you have just one left?
I have one left, and it's the one that I assume we're
So,
all gonna
yeah.
have. So-
We're 100% gonna line up on two of them. I have a wild card that I feel like you guys are gonna go, oh yeah!
That's why. Do you want to? Do you
Shoot
want to do
that
a wild
one,
card?
then?
Yeah. Or do you want to? Or how do you?
I'll save it for last. It's fine.
You-
I believe in her. I believe in her so much.
You want
So
to
then-
keep your wild card.
I'll keep my wild card for right this
Watch them
moment.
clock it. That'd be
I'm
so
gonna
fun.
say then saving my what would be my nomination for number one. I'm gonna go with my next. So that would be Micah Monroe.
Absolutely.
And that
yes,
was my
Micah
last one.
Monroe is there. Yep.
Oh, okay. So wow, you forsook someone, and I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Telling you.
And you danced around it so well.
Yeah, I thought you were.
It was
anyway.
really funny.
Well, that was the thing. I was like, we're gonna get there. I don't care if
You
I'm
know
the one
who
who-
I'm thinking. Of.
I know who you're thinking of.
I feel like now I
You know who you're thinking of.
Now that we've adjusted where Micah is for you, I think I know where you're going.
Yes.
I think you do too. But so well, so if I can make a case for Micah Monroe really quick,
she kind of just like owned it in 2014 with It Follows in a number of ways. Not only was she a fantastic scream queen, actress, just main character, like protagonist, hero, final girl, whatever, in a movie that arguably really, if not single-handedly, because not single-handedly, but like led the charge, helped kick off the whole, for better or worse, like elevated prestige horror, trend genre,
Elevated
subgenre,
alt
whatever.
horror,
Which we don't like. It's not about distinguishing or saying it's fancy pants or better. It's really not. But it's nice that like you got this sort of new emphasis on horror as being something that didn't have to live in spaces it had only been kind of previously relegated to. But regardless, Micah Monroe was a huge name for, being in that movie, but for also just being awesome in it. And that was 2014. And then just a quick kind of fast forward 10 years to 2024, she kind of did it again in Oz Perkins' Longlegs.
Yes.
Because not only was it that she was awesome in an awesome movie that is explicitly a huge horror hit, she was also, in my opinion, kind of like not shooting her shot in a like better competition way, but like she was kind of fulfilling the shoes of Jodie goddamn Foster in the motherfucking Silence of the Lambs. You know what I mean? Like, that's huge.
Motherfucking goddamn.
That's like that kind of. But in between those movies, she was
That
also
was your Jodie Foster impersonation.
from my country, from my country specifically.
Yeah.
But then between those two huge movies, she also in 2023 had Watcher, which I thought was a really, really, really cool psychological horror thriller.
She plays tortured psychological stuff so well.
And then co-starred with like someone that we love, a Skarsgård in Villains in 2019.
I loved her so much in that movie. I love that movie.
Those
so
were
much.
the 4 highlights I had for Micah Monroe. Did I forget any good big titles that like prompts her into?
I wouldn't say
Queen
like
status?
prompts her, but like another horror movie she did was in 2022, Significant Other.
Oh, okay. I didn't even hear about this.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where there's
that the
like
one
a
with
twin or clone? Or
Yeah,
something, right?
yeah.
I think it is. I want to check that out.
It was also the second or third Limp Bizkit album. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm still on new metal, guys. It's fine.
But yes, correct.
Cool.
But yeah, that's just to say, like, she stayed busy. I mean, even she's had plenty of movies in between 2014 and Longlegs, but like she's been in horror a decent amount of times to say that like she has a repertoire. She has a lot of stuff coming up too.
I'm very much looking forward to any other projects that
Victorian
she's in.
Psycho.
Bright Dark Future.
Yes, bright dark future.
She's starring in Victorian Psycho.
She is in Victorian.
Yes.
She's
Let's
also
go.
in this other movie I saw, The Hand That Rocked the Cradle.
Is that a remake? I guess.
Yes, it is a remake of a 1992 film.
That was a very famous 92 film. Okay. That's awesome. Good for her.
That
is- Yeah, so, like-
it's going to be awesome.
Hand That Rocked the Cradle is expected to come out this year. Victorian is still in filming.
Yeah.
But like, still, that's cool. Like, she's still existing
Oh,
in
hell yeah.
the genre.
So then, do you want to give
I'll
or
do
you have
mine
another
because I
one?
know what the
Well,
next one is.
You can take it.
No. I know
Either
what the
way,
next one
either
is. So I'll do mine. She is sitting like the more I thought hard about this one, and she is sitting at my number 1.
Oh wow. Okay.
She's sitting at my number 1. The one you're thinking of, I put her at 2/3.
Which makes sense. So I don't even know who you're thinking. That's cool.
And and this one's like I said, it's pure wild card. And as soon as I say it, you guys are gonna be like, yes.
Oh God.
It's Kate Segal.
Of course. Oh my god.
How foolish.
Queen.
How
Yeah.
foolish.
Queen.
In both ways. Shit.
Queen.
Oh, this kind of upends everything.
Kate
for me.
Segal.
That's great.
Yeah.
Kate Segal,
So-
for those that don't know or aren't thinking of it properly,
I mean, my first thought is Hush.
Hush.
Like that's where it
Hush.
starts for me.
it's more than 5 years ago.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Well, her
Well, that's just where it begins.
first
Yeah,
appearance being in Hush, I believe it was her first. I don't know what she's done before. I don't have IMDb open
Horror-wise?
because I don't cheat like Claudio does. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm helping you guys. You want
Yeah.
her like OG horror?
Yeah, like her
'Cause she did
horror stuff.
Oculus in 2013.
She did do Oculus, yes. She is
might as well mention
Mike
that.
Flanagan's wife,
Yeah, they're
partner.
married,
Yeah.
I think.
She's also done Haunting a Hill House. She's done every show that he's
Yup.
done. She was in Midnight Mass. These are not movies; these are shows. But these shows play like movies.
And still a huge part of like the contemporary horror conversation. Like,
Absolutely.
You don't not know in my opinion, either Mike Flanagan or Kate Siegel's names.
Yeah,
She was in Bly Manor, if I remember correctly, as well.
So she's done all the TV stuff. She did Hush, but
Hill House,
also
Bly Manor.
she made her directorial debut in the most recent VHS.
That she did.
Which was a short, right, in an anthology, but otherwise, but
Hey,
it was
that's
the
foot in
best.
the door.
It was
Yeah,
my favorite
Stowaway.
segment of
It was
that
the
movie.
best segment.
Maybe of the whole franchise for me.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I put her in the list because I was like, they're going to forget all about her. I feel
so
like this is
upset
one of
that I
those
forgot
wild
about
cards
her.
that's going to make its way
But
through.
wait though, because like so far we're just saying like, oh okay, she's in a movie and TV shows made by her husband plus the short. But in addition to that, much like David Dalsmatchian, she is like a like a.
She
What's
is
the
a
word?
horror talking head.
Well,
Like
yes,
she
that's
is,
exactly it.
She is one of those people that it's like if you want to talk about horror, like they always bring her in to talk about different horror movies.
So I feel like that adds like an authority, like a source and knowledge, like a.
Like she has an appreciation, she has a love for it.
Like a sage of the genre.
Yeah.
Like
Gerald's Game, Origin of Evil, Ouija, Origin of Evil. She was in. She's going to be in the new Carrie,
Oh, awesome!
but
I'm excited
I
for
forgot.
that.
Is who's doing that?
Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
he's the
regardless.
showrunner and
Yeah.
director. But like,
Whether
yeah.
it's the fact, I mean, it's awesome that they work together.
Yes.
Like she's awesome in things that aren't made with him and whatever. Like they're
Yeah,
just a
they work
creative
together,
force,
they
and
work
are,
aside,
Yeah, they
but,
are
like,
part of the same team. So
it's
all,
also the rapport of like, I know you could do this, and like it's like Mike Flanagan obviously has his pool of people that
Oh,
he
for
like
sure.
calls in.
They've
Yeah.
also been together for years though. So like
Yeah.
everything he's done, she's been helping him. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's the great woman
And
behind
like
every great man.
she
thing. That's
is
very true.
so much
Vice
an
versa.
ambassador of the genre that it's like
That's
that's
the
the
word.
She's an ambassador of the genre that it's like
But also has screams.
Yes.
For lack of a better,
For sure.
yeah.
Silently,
It's a
in,
great
in
choice,
some
though.
Yeah, I
times.
really I had to put her on my list because I was like, I feel like you guys
It's a
are
great
gonna
choice
forget
that I
about
forgot.
her.
I feel so bad. Kate Siegel, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Call us.
No, don't call him. Block me.
Two honorables that I have. The one is an honorable because she is leaving the genre. So I don't know if I should even mention her.
What?
She's leaving the genre.
does that mean?
I have two honorable mentions that didn't make my total list. One of
Denzel
them is,
Washington is not part of this conversation.
well,
It's like-
she's leaving the genre. It is Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh is phenomenal in recent horror movies, but she has since gotten acting creds to keep moving into more and more blockbustery stuff.
Oh, okay. She didn't like
No.
say I'm
no,
not
no,
gonna
no. She's
horror
no,
anymore.
no.
Oh,
She's just
okay.
kind of moving on with her career a little bit more.
I don't
would
think there's
love
any
to
reason
see
to
her
think
in
that she
more.
wouldn't come back.
Yeah, but like
Uh,
she's an honorable. The second would be Toni Collette.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
love Toni
I
Collette.
love Toni Collette. All of her genre work. But wait, okay, so like Toni Collette obviously for Hereditary, Florence Pugh of course for Midsommar, both Ari Aster movies. Were you thinking any other titles associated with either? of
Not
them
off
for
the
their-
top
oh,
of my
okay,
head,
cool.
I would say like
Toni Collette
Toni
was in
Collette
something
in like
else.
Nightmare Alley, but Nightmare Alley was more of a noir.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to lean into like
I'll say
Krampus for Tony,
was she in that?
she was.
Yeah, she shows up in a lot of horror.
She does a lot of
movies.
genre stuff. I'm not surprised. It's just like that's funny.
Yeah, she shows up as like a bit player in a lot of stuff, but like.
Oh my god, she was just in like a comedy in which she like inherits a mafia family and has to like travel.
Wasn't
to
she?
Yes.
That looks so silly, but
Wasn't
I
she
wanna watch
also
it.
in Death of a Unicorn?
Yeah, was that her?
No.
No, that was
It wasn't her.
Taya Leone.
She was in
Similar name.
Velvet Buzzsaw.
Oh yeah.
She was in Knives
Sure,
Out.
sure. Of course, yeah.
Like it's a thriller, psychological. It could be discussed as horror. I'm thinking of Ending Things.
I still haven't
Yeah.
seen it, but yeah.
Read the book, don't watch the movie.
But
That's my PSA.
talking about these people reminds me of someone. When you said ambassador, I thought like there's someone in my brain that I'm like, and like, I apologize for you too for not having you on this list because like someone who's consistently in horror movies, big, small, doesn't care, loves the genre, Felicia Rose.
I don't know who that is.
So, first role, 1983, Sleepaway Camp,
Ah.
Angela Baker.
Oh, she's Angela.
Yeah. So
I do know who she is, but okay.
she She directs.
She's kind of kept it rolling for
Like
her.
literally.
She sits up there with like Barbara Crampton, where it's like I can continue being in these horror movies because I just like being in horror movies, or directing or writing or something. I like being in these movies.
And like, most notably at her most recent things, she was in Stream. She was in Terrifier 2. And like, it consistently.
I think she played the one girl's mom. Yeah.
And like Craving, The Forest Hills, Go Away. Like she checks off every like subgenre of horror. She has slashers, she has gore, she has psychological, she has comedy. She's everywhere in horror.
She's got good credentials.
And when I think of ambassadors,
Sure.
that's who I think of as well. Because also, like, I think of, like, who have I... And when I see horror documentaries, who do I see consistently on these documentaries? Kate Siegel's one of them. David Death Malshin's one of them. Felicia Rose is also one of them.
Sure.
And they're consistently...
I think it's worth a tip of the hat nod type of thing. Like, absolutely.
Yeah. And also, like, if they're on Bootleg Brothers Dragula, I give them that, like, plus double check. So, like...
Bootleg Brothers, call us.
Yeah.
We're talking Scream Queens.
So, yeah. I know I said I didn't have any more, but I would like to put her in... that's my number one.
As a honorable and a number one, for sure.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because, like, amazing work, consistent work, prominent figure in the horror community, deserves those flowers.
So should we do my number 2, 3 versus Joe's 1 versus the one that Claudio did not list on his list because I think he may have just forgot that she existed?
Oh God, don't
Which is
drag me.
crazy because he named, I think, at least two
And he
movies
danced
that she's
around
in.
everything that she's done. Yes, it's we'll say it on 3.
Oh God, oh God, I got
2, 3. Samara Weaving.
I love
Oh no! I didn't say Samara Weaving because I thought one of y'all were gonna say it. That's why I said, like, when I was like, oh yeah, Catherine Newton, she's in
Yeah,
Ready
you
or
said
Not
her,
too with,
even though-
and I was
yeah,
like,
so-
I can't say the name.
And then you said fucking the babysitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't say the name because I
No.
wanted to. I don't want to force a segue.
Fair enough. No, Samara Weaving gets work.
Yeah, she does.
And she does work.
Yeah, she does.
She is one of those people that is not afraid to take a big swing on something, whether it's going to be a good script or a bad script, something new, something fresh,
Fearless
something
genre
different.
performer.
Yeah, she is cool. I
cool.
love Samara Weaving. Bright dark future indeed. She can do whatever the hell she wants to do.
She will be doing coming up. What that I'm most excited for the sequel to 2019's Ready or Not.
Oh, yeah.
She's doing Ready or Not 2, Ready or Not Here I Come. That's coming out next year, and she'll be co-starring with another Scream Queen nominee, Catherine Newton. Those two movies alone, I think, are like just one of the best times of the movies I've had in my whole life. Like, she's just this insane presence. And like, yes, not only is she like gorgeous and like often mixed up with what's her name, Barbie,
Margot
Robbie.
Margot Robbie, but also the two of them were in a movie together, Babylon. But regardless, like, she's not just like, you know, this gorgeous beauty. Like, she is one of the funniest performers, I think.
She's so funny.
I've seen handle, like, you know, blood and gross broken bones.
Her
and
timing and her slapstick chops in Babysitter alone, the 2 Babysitter movies.
She really kind of
she
just
is
cameos in the second
so
one.
funny.
But the first one, like, is like
She's
a very
so
broad
funny.
comedy, but like I think it works specifically because that cast had good banter, good timing, even
and
if it wasn't 100%.
everything was done with like a
but
smirk out of the corner of her cheek.
it
Like,
won me
she's
over,
really-
and
but
she
then you
just
put her in a
was-
thing where she doesn't speak once, and she is so
Azrael.
good.
Yes.
She was the saving grace of that movie.
one of the, like,
Genuinely.
again, like 2024.
She had to be. It was like,
There was nothing going on.
2024, one of the best, you know, movie years in my, you know, life, and she was in one of the best movies in my opinion, which I know a lot of people were like, meh, but if
Go
you
check out that
are
episode.
into, like, Azrael was a movie that had, like, demonic angels attacking a post-apocalyptic, you know,
Rapture.
post-rapture camp of, you know, very Last of Us
Survivors.
survivors in a Walking Dead type scenario in which, you know, you're seeing like visual storytelling, action stuff, very little dialogue, emphasis on like sound design and music and all this
Very
stuff.
little dialogue. There was no dialogue.
It's just an
Well,
awesome,
there was
creative,
one
cool
person who
movie
could
that
talk.
she like carried. And that takes a really talented performer to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So, in addition to things like the Ready or Not movies, the Babysitter movies, Azrael, she also had a cameo in a Scream movie. She was killed in the opening of Scream 6.
Indeed. Blind date.
We've, I think, mentioned that this year's Borderline and Eeny Meeny were sort of like thrillers that were sort of something that we all saw or didn't, but they happened in very close succession.
Give it to Borderline, yeah, for sure.
At least, that was something. But she's also in Guns Akimbo 2019. She was in another action genre movie, Snake Eyes, from 2021. She was co-starring in Mayhem in 2017 with one of our favorite performers, Glenn from The Walking Dead and the star of Invincible. Yeah, Stephen Yeun. She's also in Ash vs. Evil Dead for multiple episodes. And she also starred in the TV show Picnic at Hanging Rock, which is a remake of a Peter Weir movie, which is like just a real crazy, psychological thriller genre bender thing.
Absolutely.
Nice.
So Samara Weaving, lots of awesome Scream Queen credentials, fearless performer, someone
the
we
brightest
love
of
to
dark
watch,
futures.
and just someone who really is deserving of the title. Someone who can
Sure.
be pointed at and looked at as such a sterling example of a modern genre queen. It's easy to look at Jamie Lee Curtis or Sigourney Weaver, but you can't keep doing that. So here we are.
Yes, we're
Our new
moving on to
Scream
the
Queens.
next generation. And to see how these all flesh out, please be sure to tune into
Flesh out.
our Halloween special where we will name the winners.
We will crown our Scream Queen.
They will be crowned,
as well as a Scream King.
as well as a Scream King, as well as a
Yes.
couple other people, a couple other royalties,
Several
and,
other accolades we'll toss around for
find places for everyone to go. Throw out some other trophies, some other awards for some things for the year. It's gonna be a celebration. It's gonna be a party.
It'll be
We'll
fabulous.
put on a movie in the corner. We'll play some cool music.
We'll have a good time. with
We'll
our
have
friends.
a great time.
Sharing all the fun, scary things.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like this is going to be a lot of fun, too, trying to hash out where we think everybody should be falling. Because there were people that were named today that was you didn't think about it. There were people that we did think about. And it's all right, well, where do we put them? How do they fall?
You're saying ranking.
Yes.
Gotcha.
In the royalty, not so much the ranking, because they're all great.
Yeah.
They're all great. If we're talking about them today, it's because they've done something that really resonated with us, and that's cool as fuck. But until then, that'll be it for us at the podcast downstairs. You can find us wherever podcasts are available. You can also find us on the YouTubes, Instagram, and TikTok. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I want to thank our producer and tech wizard, Don, and Not Great Entertainment for help with the podcast. Mwah. And we'll see you later. Until then, stay out of the basement.